Our guest is Alex Moffat, and first off the bat, huge Dana Carvey fan. He was very effusive, complimenting you.
You land and grab a fan when they're introduced to you, or at age 5 or 6. Apparently, he saw Chopping Broccoli, the goofy piano song I did on Saturday Night Live, and then he was going around singing it at 5 and 6. So, Alex Moffat on SNL for 6 years.
That's a catchy one. Does a lot of stuff with Mikey Day. They do Trump's Kids.
Trump's
he
Kids,
did
hysterical.
Guy with the Boat on
Update.
Right?
That was another huge hit. And super versatile performer and actor, and a hell of a nice guy. I loved him talking about my stuff.
Yeah, he loves Dana, and he was great. A lot of fun, very energetic. Has a new show. I think it's Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn. Is that correct?
Yeah, Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn. He just works a lot. I think he was on Broadway last year, and he had a great run on SNL. And we go into all that and more.
And more. My parents went to Denison, and so did he. Is that who went to Denison? Because I forgot to tell him. Anyway, that's not the most exciting part of the interview, but I don't tell it. So it's at least not really part of that. So you sat through it once. You had to hear that once. That's all.
Yeah, it was fun to get to know him on the show, and he's really cool. Just listen, please.
Just listen. Stop asking questions. Just listen, and you'll hear all the answers.
And smash that subscribe button.
Oh, yeah. We haven't told anyone to smash it. Beat the shit out of it. All right, here he is, Alex Moffat. Look at these chains, this fucking gangbanger.
I love your chair.
I'll take it.
Plato is calling, wants his chair back.
Hey, Chooch, he wants his chair back.
Hey, choo-choo train.
No one does Dennis back to me. That's fantastic.
Hey, you sounded like Jimmy Reese hitting a watermelon with a fungo bat, okay?
Okay, so the young guy's doing the Den Man. All right, that's good. He's got his hooks down. I'm up here high in the high country. Tonight we're going to be eating octopus from Sri Lanka down at Mickey D's place. That's Michael Douglas.
It's a good Michael Douglas. Wow.
No, that's Dennis talking about Michael Douglas's buddy up there in Montecito.
Let's just do some of your characters the whole time.
As his friend.
Guy with a boat, or the acid head.
God, we're getting right at it. Let him settle in.
I want to riff with Alex. I want we'll all do me and Dennis back and forth. Give us a topic for Dennis, David. Just any topic or reference.
You did a casino gig. Go ahead.
So Dennis talking about a casino gig.
Yeah.
Okay, it was good.
Right. I'm at the I'm in Uncasville, Connecticut. I'm opening for the loosest slots in the Eastern Seaboard here, and meanwhile, Spade is off doing the Tempe Improv. Doesn't have to open for a blackjack table and have the pit boss give him the hook after 42 minutes. We got to get people back out on the floor, Chooch.
Yeah. You did it fucking 2 minutes long. We just lost $28 million in the casino.
Do you do that anywhere? Did you do it on SNL? Is my question. Because
no, it's an impression really of funny. You do it. It's an impression of your Dennis Miller, which I've just had in my head for a couple decades now.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
And
Dennis is incredibly wealthy. I hope he's listening to this. And, he's got kind of a very relaxed, almost tight job, almost like a Bob Hope thing going on, feeling good about things, going around. But as far as playing a casino, it'd be like, it was great. And a short hump to Toledo and 3 different cars to get me down to the South Carolina beach area where Harry's Hofbräu had a nickel slot machine thing. Came out to 12 pithy people who bought tickets, did a quiet 45. The great thing about Dennis, when he used to play the Desert Inn, you just had to do 60 minutes. He had a clock. and he's a killer stand-up and one of the greatest. But he could be mid-joke. He sees 60, and then he goes, "Okay, good night," and he doesn't break stride. He doesn't break stride in the casino back to his room.
Good for him.
Dude,
I mean,
we did,
just
Alex.
yes.
Alex, what's that casino above Dallas into Oklahoma? It's fucking huge. Thackerville.
Yeah.
It made me think of Unksville. I did it with my last gig before COVID was him and Norm Macdonald.
Jeez.
And we all flew there together in some little thermometer plane. Spudley, you want to split it with me? I'm like, well, I'd love to stand up. I'd rather take United. I can stand a little bit. So we take this thing, which is basically an MRI with wings. We're just laying down. And then we get there, and then it's between him and Norm and how fucking crazy we all three of us are. And he's like, "Hey, Spud, you mind closing the show? I got to get out of here." I go, "We're all on the same flight. Why do you got to go?" And then Norm goes, "I'm not going at the end." And I go, "So I have to go after these two assassins, and then we all have to do, I think, 40, which is too much."
Yeah,
because they kill too fucking hard. Anyway, it was fun. Back to Alex.
Spade, you're gonna close it out, pal. I'm going to the high stakes room.
Oh yeah, that's right. He goes, "They're closing Baccarat."
So that's your Norm, right?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it's funny those jokes you're doing up there, right? The crowd was really going crazy for it. It was I sucked. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I thought I'd say something else.
I
go, Norm, try to walk less than 40% of the crowd before I get on.
You know why?
What do you mean?
Why was there not at least one guy with a camera the minute you got on the plane, all the way through the gig, all the way? I mean, just
because it would have been too funny. It would, honestly, people say, "Oh, I bet it's funny." It was funny. It was funny because those two guys, two of the funniest guys out there, and then just listening.
I
would have been
followed
unreal.
Dennis when he's in a rhythm toward the end of his act, and he's hitting
unreal.
Pelosi, Christ sakes, looks like she can. And it's like you have to deal with his rhythm and energy. Do you do stand up? I didn't know that about you. I know you were in like different Second City type things, and
yeah, I mainly got I got the gig on SNL through more character-y stuff, but yeah, I do stand up too. I did a fest up in Canada with Spade. Our paths almost crossed. Do you remember that?
The Toronto comedy,
was it Calgary
something?
or what was
it? Like Calgary or something. Yeah,
one of those cities in the fucking Saskatoon.
Yeah. We're in Whitehorse, Yukon territory, babe.
I did one. I think Whitney Cummings was there. It was an outdoor gig. And you got to take fucking 7 connections to get there.
So everyone's just going to do Dennis.
The whole time.
It's going to be an hour and a half of Dennis Miller.
It gets to the essence in such a way that makes me laugh, Coming on the Zoom with Carvey and Spade, couldn't get a word in the first 11 minutes. It was kind of an interesting motif.
Interesting milieu happening there today.
So
where were we? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I have ADD. Okay, Butterfly, I got a time and a shoot. What were we talking about? No, you...
Casinos.
Greg Gutfield and Tucker Carlson.
Did I do Greg Gutfield?
No, I guess I got the wrong information from James Austin Johnson.
Maybe I did a Gutfield thing at the table one time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just assign
right, it didn't get on air,
sketch.
But he thought you had a great take on it, but
that's kind of.
Do you even know that guy, James? Do you even know him? Because
James who?
All these stories.
James Vander Johnson? No.
Beak.
Maybe he was talking about Mikey Day because you guys did so much together.
I'm sure James confuses me and Mikey all the time.
Confuses you like crazy, and I gotta confuse you. Where do we go with Trump? I mean, how do we? What's the next?
Good question. I don't know who's going to play him. I mean, Jadge will. I call him Jadge, the Jadger Badger, because Jadge is for James Austin Johnson, Jaj, Jadge, Jadger.
That's better. James Austin Johnson's a lot of work.
It sounds like a Civil War general. I'm sorry, but well, I'm James Austin Johnson. I'm in charge of these here Confederate soldiers. Sorry, that's all. That's all I got. Confederates, the soldiers. So anyway, so did you do Tucker Carlson, or was that someone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we recording, by the way? Is this all just sort of the banter beforehand? Yeah. Good. Okay.
No, this is real. This is real.
I'm kidding.
We're always recording productions and with complete chaos.
Good.
So I'm having a lot of fun so far.
So far, so am I. I like that both you have a handheld, a la being up on stage, and Spade, you're just sitting there with the thing on a crane in front
We're a lot like the Kelsey Brothers podcast.
I'm broadcasting from a hotel in New York City right now. So
are you?
Yeah,
Which one? What room number? Ooh.
He's like a reporter on the scene, and I am just a lazy podcaster.
They don't have room numbers, but they have names for the different suites. This is called "You'll Never Get Out of Here Alive." And good night. So
that sounds promising.
It's a little scary. But
Spade, do you always have a Joe Dirt merch just perched?
I don't always. For the people at home that's just not on video, I have a Joe Dirt hat in the background, but I do have merch, and that's a hat from when that was my crew present on the actual movie, and so I don't make that one, even though I like that one a lot.
Do you mind turning it around just for this interview?
Well, because no one can see it, but does it hurt your eyes a little bit?
No, it's just too distracting. By the way, that movie is timeless, if I may say. It's very, very funny. I discovered it very late. We inherited. We went upstate one time, and the place had a DVD collection, including Joe Dirt. My wife and I watched it. I had never seen it. I don't know how I didn't discover it when it came out. I imagine I'm not alone in that. But I saw it years later, and it is very, very funny. I don't know if you know that.
No, I appreciate it. And which brings me to something else I want to ask you that is sort of off the mark. I hope you don't get offended by this.
Right.
I was reading this interview. Dana, you can chime in on this. Reading an interview with Vulture with you, right?
Mm.
And
there was a big article.
There's an article about you. So sometimes reporters,
that was my tell-all,
either to be funny or to be whatever, sometimes feel like, to me, they inch across the line where I don't like it.
Mm.
And 90% of the time I don't say anything. But like when they say, like, hey, Joe Dirt, you know what movie I actually like? You know, those kind of questions where it bothers you. This one, which what you said was perfectly fine. I appreciate you actually watching it, honestly. That's not what I mean. I mean, I'm reading this and it says, you were in The Bear and I was hoping you'd have a bigger role by season 2, but they got you out of there pretty quick. I mean, I had to be like, hey, go fuck yourself, dude.
I know.
That was crazy.
I read he was in The Bear, and then I've mentioned it to people. Oh, he's great. Great in The Bear. But yeah, she did put a tilt on that. Like it was a sad thing. And but you're working all over the place as far as I can tell.
I know. It's just such a weird way to put it. You're like, hey, I did a great. You said I was doing meth. How long was I going to last?
Yeah.
Yeah, your character's doing meth. So, but it's like, come on. Anyway, that's kind of that just reminded me of interviews where you get caught off guard and you're trying to be nice, and then you go, what is going on? Are they trying to be funny? Are they trying to be cute? Are they trying to be cool?
Yeah. No,
you're not supposed to fight back.
No, you're not. And I hope it did. I was just letting you know, even though I discovered it late, Joe Dirt is
I like that.
A yuck a minute. I loved it. Can I ask about this?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Wait, Dana, what were you
No, I was going to say the other way people do it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Or how did you like that movie? Did you think it was operating all cylinders, David?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I liked it, but am I alone in that? Wait, Spade, what is? Are you growing the beard out for something?
It's for a movie I'm writing. No, I'm kidding.
See, Alex, you have a great beard because
I have it
goes
because
under here and defines your jaw.
Yeah, thank God, right?
That's the way you do it.
Mine is a way to look even older, but I feel like the beard, like Dana said, first of all, the truth is I got one compliment on it and I never went back because I have 0 when I don't have it. So I have one compliment with it. So I said, okay, even though it's mostly gray now, the salt is taking over the pepper. So now you can kind of shape it so you look a little more better because as every article says, if I ever date anyone, it's like Beauty and the Beast. Look at this monster. I'm like, God damn. Think you could ever say that about a girl? Like this great looking guy is with this horribly ugly hag.
Yeah, we got
Alex looks fresh face. When I look at, we're watching him.
Not a wrinkle.
He's in his prime. I don't know. I'll peg you at, I'm going to say 32?
24.
28.
You're both right. You're both right.
So 28, 32. So you're 59.
Good. Yes. I'm 42. But you know, I moisturize very. I put lotion on 8 times a day. So that's how this happens. Hey, not that I don't want to just talk about my face the whole time, which I do, but can I bring up another sort of random, because I mean this is the moneymaker, let's be honest.
Anything.
Dana, this is a connection that we have that you would have no reason to know about.
I think I do know. Yeah.
Well, if you do.
Chevy Chase, the baseball? No.
Chevy Chase, the baseball?
No. Bill Murray?
No, Bill Murray, the baseball. Sorry.
That's another. No, I bet that's
okay.
That's
we have another.
That's one of my favorite SNL memories and one of the most like kind of burned in my soul memories from my whole time there, which I'm happy to get into. My God. But this goes even further back, and there's truly, I think, no way you would know about this.
Let me see.
When I was going into my senior year of college, I lived with my sister in Mill Valley, California, and I worked.
I know it well.
I worked at a restaurant called Cascade, which was only there for a year or two, but I worked there for a summer.
But it was in the downtown?
Yep.
Okay.
And one time I got to work, and I think I'd been called into sub because somebody had to go. But anyway, you were already, your family was there, your brothers were there, I think. And somebody
maybe were visiting.
Yeah. That may be. And they were like, hey, Dana Carvey's here. And I was like, and it truly, well, I mean, as you can imagine,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. And also they kind of knew I was young comedy dweeb, probably idolize this guy. They happened to be right in that case. And so I was like, oh my God. And so basically from across the restaurant, I was just like, oh my God, there he is. And then, and apparently you were only there for the last little bit. You showed up for dessert, picked up the tab for the whole table, and then left. And I was just like, what a classy guy. Wow. Oh my God. So again, there's no connection other than I saw you 20 years ago in a restaurant, but it was I got it. But it was one of the first times I ever saw a celebrity or an idol of mine. And I know, believe me, I got a lot of cool stories like that.
First of all, it's flattering, and I saw Michael Landon once in a restaurant when I was a little kid, and I couldn't stop. He was from Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie, so I totally get that. It's just, and now you have people go, "Hey, you're the Saturday Night Live guy, Alex Moffat, man. I love that. You do that Trump brother so good." So you're getting it. So it's all surreal that now we're on Zoom together as peers, as co SNL alums, We
are, yeah. But that was I think literally the first time I saw a member, an alum from the show, let alone one who I grew up watching. And I literally was sort of frozen in the corner of Cascade restaurant in Mill Valley, just being like, there he is. And so I creepishly observed you for 2 minutes, pick up the check for your whole family, then was like,
you see how
someday I'm going to be sitting on my little throne here, chatting with those two goons.
I keep a casual diary on my phone. Do you know about what was it in the summertime, June of
that was
92 or something? I keep a Cascades.
Alex, were you a waiter?
You were a waiter,
waiter.
waiter at Cascades. Hold on, let me just get that.
Cascades is going off.
Cascades
I think Puff Daddy
waiter,
was there that night.
summertime
with
vacation.
Summer of 2004.
Yeah, okay, let me see.
Yeah, it checks out.
Went to Cascade with my brother. Weirdo kept staring at me. Got out, paid the check, and got away.
Is this straight out of your diary?
Yeah.
That must have been a different. Okay, then there was another guy there because there's no way.
Alex, you're going to get those calls where it's like, hey, I thought you were coming, so can you at least come and pay? If you're not coming.
By the way, we can talk to you about something because this is going to be on October 9th. So I'm in New York, and I haven't done it yet, but it'll be interesting because you played along the whole cascade of people who played, you switched, that have played Biden. I'm now going in to play Biden. It's like...
you?
I asked Steve Higgins. Lorne's the one who asked me, and I said... Well, does Mikey Day, who's the latest, does he still want to do Biden? Because I can't go, he said Mikey would be relieved. I hope that's true, but
he'd love it.
Lorne asked me in June before the debate problem with Biden, you'll come in, it's just, it's in autumn in New York, it's 4 shows, and you'll be like, really, really have fun. And then he got kicked out or he left like George Washington. We don't know. And you'll come in as a ghost. You'll be places. He won't let go. So he wants you to go in there,
pop up,
and do it. So what on the continuum of Biden, where were you? You're like, who did it before you and who did it after you?
Well, on the continuum, I'm guessing I hold the record for quickest tenure, which I think was, probably just putting America out of their misery. I did it there were 2 appearances. Before me was a young upstart named Jim Carrey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was after he did his, that was like, the whole fall. I guess, during that election. And that was, I believe, always meant to be sort of a temporary thing. And then I had screen tested before they went with Mr. Carey. So I had sort of shown
Biden.
As Biden. Yeah.
It's Biden. Okay.
Yeah. So then I was playing golf. It was like close to Thanksgiving. And I was out there teeing it up. And I got a phone call from a friend of mine who works there. It's like, hey, just a heads up. I think Lauren's going to be calling you, and I think they're going to give you Biden. And I was like, cool, that's great. And then sure enough, the next day he brought me in, and similar conversation.
Hello.
Right. You'll do Biden. Well, I think that there's a trajectory. This is a little process for the audience. There's a trajectory, like someone gets elected, like we all knew Joe Biden, but then he's elected president. Now we're really in the primaries, we're really seeing how he talks and then it takes a while for the audience to recognize the hooks. So early in, I only had, my father lost his job. No joke. Those was his early kind of manifestations. And then for me, I don't know if you did it before or after Afghanistan, because the press conference there was the first time I saw him get angry, and it was funny. It was always going to be hard, that guy. So there may not have been, there was no hooks after that. I kind of gave up on it. I did it on Colbert, and I go, it's so soft and whispery. Father lost his job, no joke. That's all I had until he. There you go. All right.
It's my God, we should have fun. Come on, what are we doing? Let's get back to the business of having fun. For my God, it was like, please, what are we doing here?
Did they let you do it like that? Did they let you extend it?
Yeah, more or less. I guess that time was kind of a blur. I was very deep into, that was my bourbon phase. I'm just kidding. No, It was just so quick. I did, yeah, my God. Oh, let's have and when I screen tested with him, it was more like he was kind of constantly hitting on Jenna, the stage manager, which I think maybe had we done more of him, maybe we would have gotten to him being the more like hair sniffy dude.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That was that era.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a funny hook. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the I guess my thing was like thinking he was like Joe Cool, but then clearly like not clocking the fact that he's just slightly out of touch. You know what I mean? So that was kind of more the hook if I had one. Clearly, whatever the hook was, it was a hard pass from the higher ups of the show.
Well, also when I
You
did
did it for a while.
Colbert, there was just a sense of everyone was exhausted, whatever your political stripe from the Trump.
Yes.
And then when Biden came in, it was like he's a moderate Democrat, reach across the aisle, just going to quiet everything down. And when I was doing Colbert remotely and I'd go for a certain kind of joke, the audience would just sort of get quiet. They didn't. The audience wasn't ready.
They don't want to go
right away. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. And that I think is another thing that was going on at the time was like, I don't know that people wanted to, everyone was exhausted. Like you said, it was just like, okay, well, what's the joke about this guy? Also, let's not joke about him because he just saved us from the, collapse of democracy or whatever's going through people's minds,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was a random time.
Not ready in New York. Yeah.
They're not going to poke him as hard.
Right. And then the next, and then, like I said, I think in that, Vulture interview that you guys mentioned, they wisely realized that they had hired a guy who is one of the most insanely gifted impressionists of all time in Mr. Judge himself. And they were like, oh, this guy can make Biden sing. And so it is, believe me, all good because I really, James's Biden tickles me. His Trump absolutely tickles me. So my era was between Kerry and Johnson was my Biden administration.
Okay. I got it. So it made sense because his Trump is like jazz, it's totally. A remarkably detailed, and he told me for himself, I guess it's okay to say, he just made it a cause célèbre for himself to try to really master a Biden for himself.
Yeah.
And so he's been working on it, but there's a lot of hooks there.
Cause célèbre. I like how you called it a cause célèbre, which normally, if I'm not mistaken, is reserved for an actual charitable cause that one lends one celeb to. But in this case, his cause was
Merv Griffin said that to Zsa Zsa Gabor in 1966. And I've never forgot it. And I don't
even know what it means.
Merv Griffin. No, come on. You're finding what it means. So anyway, so you did that, which was sort of that pre-audience accepting. And James had told me that just this summer, once, and for his audience, as a stand-up, once Biden was no longer running, the crowd was emancipated and laughing really hard. So it's interesting.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not worried about helping Trump,
Right.
Yeah.
Can I, Dana, another thing that I stole from you is when my first season, and when you came back to do Church Lady on Update,
yes.
I just happened to be walking by in the hallway and somebody asked you how it went after Dress, and you said something like, well, at least I didn't peak at Dress. And I always stole that, was just like, and like, at least I didn't peak at Dress. Like if something went kind of like a little dicey at Dress, like, well,
yeah.
That there's no way that was the peak.
Yeah, this could be a good thing. You say to the writers, this is good because you don't, and it is somewhat true. I mean, I felt like I'd peak at read through in the early days because I was trying so hard, and then maybe I'd peak Friday night trying to entertain the crew, or I'd peak at Dress because I was pushing. And
right
after a little time there, I was able to kind of just do it 85% because you want what's going through your head during the air show is, this is the best it's ever gone.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Rather than like, that They laughed harder a few hours ago.
Dress was so much better. Oh, now we're going down.
Well, there's
David,
that fine
David
line
knows this feeling.
between, you want to do good enough at Dress where it makes the show. You don't want to save it so much that it gets cut and you go, oh, fuck. What
Right. It's a
That's
fine
the
line.
problem.
Fine line.
So of your kind of like your poppy hits, which the one you had the most fun doing? Was it the film reviewer? Seemed really fun because you're locked in rhythmically. You've got all the hooks and change ups, and I don't know if people are familiar with this one, but tell us about that. What did you do it before SNL or
do it at IO?
IO, that's right.
Whoa.
IO. What does IO stand for?
Improv Olympic.
Oh, Improv Olympics.
Whoa.
Dumb.
I think.
Spade's been on my Wikipedia.
Was that a trunk piece? Was that a
All-nighter.
trunk piece that you brought to the show? A trunk?
Trunk.
You know,
A
a trunk piece.
piece.
Isn't that it's like,
Means you pull out when you need it.
it goes with consulate.
Motivational speaker was a trunk piece.
Yeah. Or
Whale
did
Boy.
you write it during the show?
That one it was during the show. No, someone just did a thumbs down. Have you seen
No, that's something
That's
that pops
something
up
in our computers. Like
accidentally.
sometimes the
It's funny.
stars will come. We never put it. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I think it could happen.
Dana can do confetti sometimes.
Sometimes, right
accidentally.
now it's not because that's freaking.
I can't even get a real
hotel
one.
room.
Let me see. No.
Mhm.
There
Hey,
it
I
is.
got one.
Right above the Joe
Fucking-
Dirt hat. A thumbs
Fucking
down.
funny. no.
Yeah, it did.
Which
mean
we've already
anything.
covered.
We covered
actually
that.
very funny.
You're in the clear on that.
We're in the clear. Was not a trunk piece. I like that expression, which is like something I brought along when I got there. No.
That always killed. You know.
No. You know what's funny is actually speaking of trunk pieces, I'm just going to keep referencing.
We love it.
Ways that Dana, you came up in either conversation or my waitering life. I don't think I've ever actually told anybody publicly about my meeting with Lorne, like before you get hired. And he referenced you in that meeting because he said something to me to the effect of like, the gist was like, we don't really know what we're getting with you because you're not a known entity. And I was sort of like, yeah, I hear you. And he was like with Dana, for example, we knew what he had an act. He was established. We knew what we were getting. And I was like, yeah, I get that.
Well, he also does Church Lady in his act.
Right.
Trunk piece.
But all of it was surreal. I had no idea how it was going to go. I really, really thought that I was going to, me and Phil, the show only had an 8-show pickup. By Christmas, it was going to get canceled for the only time. And now they're doing a documentary about 85 and 86 because there's so many documentaries for the 50th. But I didn't realize that there was no Groundlings in San Francisco. So I was doing stand-up and in rowdy bars, I would have a rough time because I was kind of doing little characters and impressions. But I didn't know it would go as well as it did, But it was... It was a great feeling when I said, well, isn't that special? And I got a laugh, just like in the clubs. I was like, okay, I know where I am. But anyway.
But you were like touring, right? I mean,
I was doing a lot of clubs. I did a lot of shitty, weird things they offered me because Hollywood wanted to hire me just as a nice guy. I did a movie with Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, just a nice straight man. I did Blue Thunder with James Ferrantino as the straight man. I did One of the Boys with Mickey Rooney and Nathan Lane. So, but then I kind of said, to hell with it. I'm probably not going to make it. I'll just pay. So I just did a lot of clubs for 2 years, a lot. And that's
Club act.
where it helped. It was helpful.
You got your 10,000 hours. Also, the Choppin' Broccoli was one of the first laughs I ever remember getting in my life was just imitating Choppin' Broccoli to my parents and sisters and then being like, look at this precocious little ham singing Choppin' Broccoli.
You were like 12, 11,
Did
10?
you try to actually play it?
No. I did. I just my lady, she went downtown as like a 5-year-old,
It's fucking
she
funny.
bought some broccoli. You ought to
When I hear other people do it, it makes me laugh. But as I was doing it, I'm still mystified by how long people have. It may be the thing I'm referenced to most in many ways. I don't know what it is about it.
It's completely inane. Yeah, it's from another planet. It's so.
Here's the way I put it. It's so dumb and stupid, Dana. That's how people say it. That's their backhanded compliment. It's not funny at all, so it's funny.
Some people, someone told me it's the commitment.
Everyone hates it. I love it.
What it's about, it being so precious. But you probably didn't know this. I'm going to talk about myself. But I kept going with that character. We gave him a name, Derek Stevens. And I wrote an idea that the record company asked him, says he has to, they have to kill him because they'll get more record sales. And they have a chart where it's like Jim Morrison's sales went up and Jimi Hendrix. And that laid there, that was like,
no,
yeah, it was a funny conceptual idea. Phil Hartman, the late great, was playing the guy, I'm very flattered about that. So, Tim,
oh my God,
I want to talk about more. What other things did you like? Sorry.
Funny you should ask. Opportunity Knocks. I saw in theaters eating Milk Duds with my family when it came out. Do you remember doing that movie?
Yeah, I do. It was an interesting experience.
Was that your first big movie out of SNL? First big offer?
Yeah, it was a little difficult, because they did not want to let me write it with them or anything, So then the movie came out and it was unreleasable. And
what does that mean?
The worst term.
It was the ratings were so low in the theater. They go, it's unreleasable. It has to go straight to video. And then they asked me, you got any ideas? So I just came up with the silly thing of Born to Be Wild, where he jumps on the stage and does that. So we put that in and a couple other little things, and then it got released. It didn't make that much. It's no Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt's a great comedy. We all have our turkeys. That's another going back to the 70s or something.
Fucking jive turkey.
But kids like it. It was fanciful and silly. But you're my favorite guest. Not because of saying everything you love about my entire career. But you're just as a person, I like you.
The feeling is mutual, but I truly, I don't mean to keep just like diving into, Carvey lore, but it runs pretty deep. So I'm just making sure that you know that.
I would always love to hear that, because and on this show, people sometimes, I do like to give people compliments because I think most creative people have an inner critic of, or you're the other way, like, hey, have you seen it?
Bulletproof. Yeah.
Alex, I have to agree with you that it's not crazy you say this stuff. I watched Dana. He's not much older than me, but I watched him. He was breaking, obviously, before anything happened with me. And so I watched that and fucking chopping broccoli. It's such, and everyone thinks it's like this undiscovered, but everyone seems to love, if they know comedy. And it's so good. I mean, I love Hans and Franz. I like all this stuff, but that's way, way, way up there. So you're not crazy. And especially if you're on SNL and you do characters. I didn't do as many characters as most people. So I was more in amazement of like, I can't do all this shit. I'd watch all the guys out there. I'm like, this is just not even possible.
I hear you. But you also you carved out your own slice of that show. And actually, here's another fun fact. I went after the first time. So the character you mentioned early on that I did, guy who just bought a boat. I wrote that with a really great writer named Anna Dresden, who became head. We started together at SNL. She became head writer. But anyway, she was like under the bleachers the first time I did that. And and it went well the first time I did it. And apparently Lorne turned to Anna and said, it's very Spade. So I always took that, and I remember at the time being like, "Yes, I will take it." It's very Spade. So
it's funny. I did a character called Receptionist where I was just being like really aloof to people, like, "Oh, and you are, and this is regarding," and then people would be like, "Who's that gay character you played?" I'm like, I don't think it's gay. And they're like, no, you're gay and it's gay. And the show and every sketch you're in is a gay person. I'm like, no. So I had
Why
to deal
would
with
your
that
mom
for a while.
say that? I mean,
Because she's like no, she thought I was like coming out.
Yeah.
But it was, because it's somewhat feminine, some of those, you know what I mean?
I
Like
hear
that
ya.
one for me
And
was a
this is
little like,
regarding-
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
tricky right now. When I look back, I go, oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's just Langorious. It's Langorious. It's not any sexual orientation. It's just
right.
Now, of course,
like this.
Of course, I know what Langorious means, but for the
I do
listeners who
not.
don't, what does
Thank
Langorious mean?
It's
I
being
don't
in
know
a
either.
state of Langoriousness.
Oh, say no more.
Back to our guest Alex Moffat and his great run on SNL. I love when the premise is, see, if you didn't have guy who owns a boat, a man who owns a boat, what is the title?
Guy who drove a boat.
I think it's all three of those.
All three of
Guy who
those.
saw a boat.
I think that really just kind of like, why waste time? You get right. Everyone, you know what I mean? It's just, I love the presentation of that. I did Germans Who Say Nice Things with Steve Carell once. And it could have worked without it, but it's just no.
Right.
You're saying
This
the
is
setup-
exactly what it is.
This is what you're getting.
And
Get ready.
obviously
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a pretentious kind of prick. It was.
And that was all Anna Dresden. She called it that title, which made me laugh when she said it. And I was like, yeah, that's his name, of course. And then she also was the one who pitched. We had been like writing the character, and then even kind of like late in the game, she was like, well, and what if he just like says he has a horrible dick? And I was like, yeah. So the thing that made the bit actually work, was like him saying his subtext or whatever, and that was all Anna. So thank God for good writers.
Well, we talked about this last week, just this idea of almost it's a rodeo aspect where you're in the chute and you're going to wheel out and pivot to 15 million people or whatever. And you're waiting and they're getting laughs and maybe some other cast member killed and you're still in the chute and you got your stuff and you're rolling the car. I mean, it's a very, so you went out there and landed it. And so the writer, she probably gave you a big hug because all of her stuff killed and you have to do it, with timing and talent. It
was like a hand and a glove, the two of us writing this. And then a couple of guys who write pretty much exclusively for Update, Pete Schultz and Josh Patton, both then they started after like the first few times we did that bit, they started like just texting us really, really gross, funny dick jokes. And we were like, all right, you're in. You want to write this with us? So then those two guys jumped on board. And by the end, it was sort of a four-headed beast where we would just text each other the dumbest stuff we could. But
I read when you joined, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No.
When you joined, I think was it your first host with Chappelle, or was you just got to sit in the room with Chappelle, which would have sort of blown away most people?
I think it was like my fourth or fifth show. So first year, yeah.
But that's like one of the, arguably best comic out there, arguably. There's a lot of really good ones. But I remember being there and they just have the host walk in your office and you couldn't believe it. And especially if it's like a funny, but it's kind of in your world, like same age. Like I would have someone that was 65 come in. I was, 25. So it was a little different. But when you have someone that's like out there that that's cool, it's such a weird thing that he's like, he doesn't know anything. So he just thinks might be the best writer there, right? So he's just like, hey, what are you thinking? And you're like getting nervous going, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. What?
Yeah.
And you're
Alex, I want to ask you a question because we talked about this before, but you're on 8H and there's a host and then someone will say, I don't know, who would be Taylor Swift is down there if you want to say hello. And you're kind of walking and the door opens and you're meeting three-dimensionally this famous, like I had Charlton Heston, for example, like you could go meet Charlton Heston, the guy who did Soylent Green. He's waiting to meet.
They're not going to tackle you on the way.
What were your I just want to, for a second, because the experiential, that's another pretty good, the Langorious experiential thing of going into 8H, going to seeing Lorne Michaels, all this stuff is so established, and now you're a cast member and you're on that show. And what were some of your what was your mind-blowing moments where you, like, I walked through 8H today and I got very I just felt weird.
I hear you. Yeah.
It's just weird. I saw pictures and I was like, I needed to get out of there. Something's, what's wrong?
Yeah. There are pictures all over the place of you as like the head wound Harry guy. Did you happen to see those?
Another monster.
It was a big one. I did not write that one. I rode that one. The dog, and I'm not sure.
Was the star.
The dog was the star because they added more
always.
food. But I did hold the wig on, because I knew if the wig flew off, I knew it was a good enough sketch that let's not make it about that. So I was really fighting. So
that's thinking on your feet. Well, to answer your question, for some reason, the first thing that pops to mind is that even seeing 8H, I knew would kind of be kind of a big moment because, again, I kind of revered the show, revered the job. So the first time I was sort of in the running for it, which was a few years before I actually ended up getting hired, I had auditioned at Spade, I.O. In Chicago, and then they flew me there for some meetings. And then one of the assistants or something was like kind of walking me around. They were walking me from the offices on 17 or like taking me down to Higgins's office, which was several in some dungeon under the building. But we had to like go through 8 for some reason. They were like, "Hey, we're walking by the studio. Do you want to see it?" And in my mind, I remember going like, and I said, "Actually, I'm good. Thank you." Because I didn't want to just like look at it as a tourist. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to sort of have a reason to be in there. So even though I hadn't been invited to screen test. And so I just sort of wanted to save it for a time when I was actually being invited to perform in there, as opposed to just like look at it as a fan, if that makes sense. And
yeah, interesting.
So then the first time I ever set foot in that studio was to screen test 4 years later.
Wow.
And Chris Kelly, one of the stage managers, was he there with either of you guys?
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Yeah, Joe
Maybe
Dick
when
so.
I did the guest stuff,
sometimes
I do a cameo or something, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So great guy. He kind of, walks you into the studio, kind of just like patting your head like a nervous dog,
Mm-hmm.
And then Jenna, who is his like counterpart, co studio manager, they both kind of babysit all these young, nervous people about to screen test. So anyway, the first time I saw the studio was like walking out there to go and, do my screen test. But what a wild thing that the place definitely has like a very surreal, sweet little corner of my heart. I love it so much.
And it took you 3 auditions to get the show, over 3 years or something like that? I mean, took you a while to get on?
Took me a good 8. Yeah, it took me 34 years all told. But so I auditioned in 2013 for like a bunch of in Chicago twice that year. Mm-hmm. The following year, sent in a tape and heard nothing. And the following year, auditioned in LA at I.O. West. Spade.
Oh.
And they
Gentleman joins us.
With that doofus Shara Sherman, was she on with you?
That doof. No, that was the following year.
That nutball. That beautiful nutball.
That
Put her in a rubber room.
Yes, for real. In a straight jacket.
How long has she been on?
Covered in macrame flowers.
Put her in a fucking bird cage.
No, but but that year in I.O. West, they actually hired the guy who went on before me, which was John Rudnitsky, and super duper funny, incredibly talented guy. And so then the following year is when I auditioned in Chicago again. And then that year finally got to screen test, blah, blah, blah. So all told, I think I did like 6 auditions over the course of 4 summers.
What a beating.
Damn.
Right?
And then you finally get it. And who came in with you? Melissa, right? Or
Melissa V and Mikey Day moved from just lowly writer to cast the year.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
Melissa V, Mikey D.
That's pretty
But
big.
Sarah
yawn,
wasn't until
Spade.
later, right? No, I know. No,
Yeah.
I'm allergic to. I'll explain later.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get on, and you did how long? 3 years?
6. Thank you.
6 years.
Yeah.
Just twice
36?
that many years.
You did
More than
5
half a
shows?
decade.
No, I did 6 years. 6 years might be the average. I did
I
6.
bet
That's
it is.
120 shows basically, or more. I don't know if
That
some
sounds
years they
about
go
right.
over 20.
That sounds
so
about
that's
right.
It's a nice, good run.
Wait, so Spade,
No.
you did 6?
Mhm.
Dana, how many were you on there?
I think it was 7.
12.
12.
No, I mean, I never, if you don't, that was such a great place for me to be, and you when you step off of it, and I had so much stuff coming at me, but you step off of it and then you're like, oh, you're kind of never going to do sketch comedy live again, unless you guest host,
Right.
There's not another Saturday Night Live. There's no Fridays. Remember Fridays from the early 80s? There's no In Living Color.
Yeah.
I mean, SNL is just the little or the big engine that can, not the little engine that could. So
it's the big engine that did and still does and can.
yes.
Well, you're on Bad Monkey now. We didn't even talk about that before we get you out of here. Like Bad Monkey is, it's so different. It must be because I remember when I left SNL, there's just nothing like it as far as the excitement level. I mean, even the doing takes and doing movies, it's all fun, but it builds up to when it comes out. It's
right.
It's fun and nervous when you do it, but it's not that crazy nerves.
True. Was there a question in there?
No, I'm trying to see if you agree.
Well, we're just observing that you've hit the ground running after SNL. It seems like you're in demand and as an actor, comedic actor, or whatever you want to call it. So it's nice. I mean, that's got well-received show. Vince Vaughn.
It's a blast.
Is cool.
Yeah, that show's great. And then, I mean, as far as there's no other way to be in front of, like you said, 15 million people shooting out of a rodeo gate. I don't think there's a lot of shows out there that provide that level of excitement.
No.
But doing theater, they can't. I don't think there are any theaters that could squeeze 15 mil into them. But doing a play, doing a musical.
Yeah,
you did one recently, right? Last year on Broadway.
Did a play last summer, which was a blast. The Cottage, and then now I'm doing a musical. So you guys should come.
What?
Yes. Whoa, Spade can dance.
How, baby?
What are your qualifications? What are you, the next Liza Minnelli or something up here? What makes Alex Moffat a musical star all of a sudden? The Trump twin guy. All right.
What's on the music? What's on your curriculum vitae that's applicable to the live musical game?
I got some old tap shoes from Red Buttons you can borrow. Sorry. I can. So, what are you going to do in the musical? Are you going to sing and dance? Sing? What are you going to do?
All of it. And my God,
really?
The voice of a nightingale.
I could tell just by you talking.
Is it a Western musical? Is it? Well, I'm going to shoot up this town. He's going to shoot up. Or is it a romance? Or is it a remake of a musical? Is it?
No, it's a brand new
original.
It's an original called Big Ooh, Spades perking up.
You guys,
he went from
perking up.
He went from yawning to not.
We count as yawns. I've counted 5 so far. Okay, 6. No, but you guys do that. Instead of saying original, you say ridge. You guys have that in common. So anyway, it's not out yet, but you sing and dance as well. Did you ever sing and dance on SNL?
Once or twice, yeah. Not to any great fanfare, but yeah, I can do a little bit of each, enough that they allowed me to, well enough to do it in comedic settings, which I think is sort of my purpose in this too. Is I'm not blowing anybody's hair back with my voice of an angel, but I can move my body a little bit.
Talky Broadway singing. Like,
yes,
I know
for
what
me
I want.
It is. Yes.
And I know what you want, but I'm telling you, I'm in town tonight. It's like, that sounds fun.
How did you get an advanced copy of my song, Dana?
I just see you up there.
I know what I want. And I'm telling you, I'm in town tonight.
And I like pussy. They're like, don't ad lib.
No, it's not.
Keep it short, Moffat.
Yeah. Was that literally a lyric, or you're just doing the fake lyric?
No, I loved the song that you made up.
Well, Alex, were you saying that
I'm in town
a play does kind of mimic the crazy energy of SNL? It is scary. A play is very scary. So that wakes you up. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's like stand-up. It's kind of the same thing. Like
totally.
Live crowds.
Exactly.
Yeah, live crowds are always going to be scary.
Totally. Yeah. Do you guys, are you the types who, like, when you're about to go out and do stand up, do you still feel like the butterflies in the basket? Sure. Yeah.
I definitely do. Yeah, definitely.
Dana?
Yeah.
Like in a good way, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, it's good because in the olden days, it's like, here, in a cowboy bar, here comes Dan on a pretty car, what? Fuck you. They don't know who you are. Right. Now it's like, fasten your comedy safety belts, because this man brings it every time. Live comedy right now from Saturday Night Live. And so it's like NASCAR.
You know him from this.
You go to an open mic, you have notes, and they're like, he's here to, so that's the other pressure. But it's a good problem to have, as they say.
Yeah,
it's a good buzz too when you get off. If it goes good,
do you do a Lorne Michaels impression? Because everyone does
not a
something.
good one. I don't. No,
there's no such thing as good or bad. Everyone has a different, different slight angle. You'll we don't know you.
You do the best, Lorne. Go ahead, Dana. Give us some more.
You'll find Alex is like a really, really good guy. And he did some great work for us, and he's going to have a long career. We had a moment. Neither of us are gay, but we looked anyway. It doesn't matter. Happened at Orso's one time. And,
Orso.
I'm sorry. Orso's.
What is it with Orso? Because also in that,
love. I think we went to those cast dinners.
Yeah, well, it wasn't during our time, but in my, how also, I guess,
you
somewhat
did P.F.
famously,
Chang's. Did it move?
Yeah, yeah. In a secret room under the giant horse out front. Little P.F. Chang's humor for you. Yeah, thank you. That's all I got. No, but now it's at some place in the theater district. But when I was when I had my little meeting with him where he, said like essentially Dana. He also said
I heard it too.
No, it's okay. And you know what? Hey, he ain't wrong. I think it was more just like he was setting the table for a conversation. Like, hey, what? We don't know who the hell are you? Like, I've never seen you before, so it was a valid thing. Because he also was like, it's an election year. It's going to be tough to get your, sometimes people spin out if it's their first year and it's an election year. And I was I didn't really fight him on anything. I was sort of like, yeah, I hear you. Like, I know.
You're like, listen, I'm in. Just get me in. It was like,
I got
building.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. But so then at the end, how he will like ask if you have any questions for, I don't know if that was his thing when you guys met with him.
Anything for me?
Yeah, he was like, do you have any questions for me? And for whatever reason, the only thing I could think of was I just said, I was like, yeah, I've got my fiance in town with me and we wanted to like do a fun dinner tonight. Any recommendations? And so I asked him for a dinner recommendation which he was like, well, there's always Orso. So he was like, but he was like, but one of my assistants could probably give you a list of recommendations. But I was like, no. If Orso's, that's good. I'll go there.
I want it from you, Lorne.
Yeah. So we went to Orso's that night. And hey,
Any stars?
Well, let's. Can we hear about this? Because now you're married, right? So apparently it was a good dinner.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag.
It worked. Sorry, hose hounds. This old ox is yoked.
You should have proposed at Orso, because then you tie Lorne into your proposal. You're like, and then Lorne made me go to Orso.
I should have proposed right then and there, but we were already engaged, so I guess we should have just eloped at Orso's.
Propose
that night,
again and put on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
is she in the biz?
She is. She's a brilliant actor. We met at a Velveeta cheese commercial audition in Chicago 12 years ago.
That's the place.
That's the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who got it?
Neither one of us, and no one. In fact, I think the script was so bad they chucked it out the window and never made the spot.
They said the government just found out what's in Velveeta cheese and it's being shut down. So they're not going to be.
It's half asbestos.
There's no cheese.
Yeah.
Asbestos.
Sorry, non sequitur. I was talking to Lorne once, and it was just about business, show business, and how the machinations of it. And he said, "No one likes to know how a hot dog gets made."
I do. I saw a YouTube video on it. But the old days, you didn't have YouTube.
No, not in the old days. You'd have to
just accept my analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna go Oprah. What would you say to your younger self right now, who the first day of SNL? I'm just going. Is it Oprah or is it maybe?
Either
Barbara
way,
Walters.
That was
Chuck
a really
Scarborough.
good Oprah impression. Did you ever get that on
really
the show?
good.
People. That's all I got.
Say to my younger self.
You don't have to answer that. It's pretty corny.
No, it's a good question. Well, here's a question. This is, I guess I would tell myself, enjoy it. Make sure you try the tiramisu at Orso's. It's out of this world. But how did you two decide to pair up for this? Because Spade, correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard you tell the story about how you thought you were going to get to play like Ross Perot or something, because they asked you, they were like, we're going to, but you were basically just a stand-in for Dana. Am I getting that right?
Pretty close. Yeah. That Ross Perot came in the news. I didn't even know how the machinations worked at SNL, but I hit up Smigel and said, hey, there's this new guy. But they, of course, knew all this because I was just seeing it on like Meet the Press. I go, maybe this guy would be funny for me to play. And they're like, oh, yeah, Dana's going to play it. I'm like, how many can Dana do? And so, but then this is how dumb I am, is that when it came up for a special, right? Like a nighttime, primetime special, there was Clinton, Ross Perot, and George Bush. So they said, can you come in and do Ross Perot? I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I thought, well, of course Dana can't. But I was just a stand-in for the wide shots with the whole. For the
wide shot, David had to put the wig on and go and I remember it was the saddest I'd seen him. He's out there with the stuff on, and I go, I'm sorry, man, this is pretty bad, Then
I tell Gervis, my manager, I might quit, and he goes, where are you going to go? Who wants the guy that was bad on SNL and then quit? And I go, Jesus Christ, that's not the pep talk I was looking for.
He's firm, but he's fair, our manager.
How about you? You've done a few things.
I met David before SNL when he was like out of high school in the Beechwood Canyon with Kevin Nealon. So we go back there, and then he used to open for me, a great opener. Would never go on too long, would come out in shorts and just kind of wander, put on a mic and a little prop and kind of lean on the stool. It's 3,000 seats in the round outdoors. And I didn't know you could do stand up like that, but he would kill.
Yeah, playing it under. Hey, what's going on? What are you people doing?
I'm going out there dancing for my donuts. Hey, I'm drenched in sweat. David's like, what's up? So then when I had a place in LA, we started hanging out and stuff, and then
stayed buddies.
Yeah, so
we're on the same.
We're on the same page.
Anything left for Alex? We've pretty much covered literally everything.
We just have a few moments left, and is there anything else you'd like to say to your fans out there? 120 shows of Saturday Night Live. Alex Moffat, one of the one of my favorite guests we've had on Fly the Wall.
I.O. Ed,
because he kept mentioning every bit that I've from the Olympics.
Lie on the wall.
I just got that. They fly on a wall. They listen. But thank you,
now.
Alex. Yes.
That's my Ed McMahon. No Phil Hartman. Speaking of,
no, I love
did you
Phil.
both overlap with him?
Mm-hmm.
We did. I came in with Phil in '86, and then David came in '90, and then Phil left with him.
Yeah.
He wanted to go longer, and David said, "Time to go."
Phil was getting. I got a whiff of what Phil was getting, and I was like, "Baba, what?" Like I was like, "Holy shit!" And then I thought, well, if they're gonna give it to anybody, this is the guy.
We called him the glue.
He was very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Could do anything and was so talented. He kind of didn't. He was really into schematics of motorboat engines. Evan Rood. Hey, look at this, Evan Rood. We're just rehearsing, and he was just a Renaissance design albums, and he could play guitar, blues guitar. He was just like, and he just would just sit there. He had his binder, and he'd always intend things, and he'd underline everything, and they go, okay, go up. And then he'd be like, hello, I'm a crazy Frankenstein man or whatever. He just could do it.
Truly could do it all. Oh my God.
Do it all. The glue.
A nice guy that like on a Thursday would stop me and say, hey, I liked your update. Like if it didn't get on or something, he would stop and go, these jokes are funny or something. You know, and that's like a guy that's that good saying something. It just takes the sting out of it a little bit. You know, because you're already bummed out.
Yeah. You mean like on a, like from
like after read through, it didn't get picked up. And then he's like, I liked it. And
that's sweet. So he was a sweet guy.
Sweet guy. Very sweet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just unpretentious, no ego, just a great, you know. So who was your favorite cast member? We want a trend, and who didn't you really
Who did you hate?
And who didn't I like? Let's start there. Now, I mean, I'm a huge like of all time. Who are my faves?
Or when you were there? Yeah.
Oh, when I was there. Well, my Mount Rushmore. Well, we can do all time. I seriously. I mean, Phil's up there. Eddie Murphy, Dana. I would put you on there, my friend.
Thank you. That's nice. Dan Aykroyd. When I was coming through in college, those guys were the Beatles, basically.
Yeah.
Chevy. Danny,
Johnny.
I think, you know, whenever we mention or make a list, then later I regret that I forgot this person, you know. So it's especially as you get in the modern era, you know. So
yeah, you don't want to leave anybody out. No, I had an amazing group when I was there. I mean, Kate is, I think, one of the all-timers and just a sweetie pie.
Yeah.
And a good friend and one of the funniest people ever, you know, put on this earth.
Absolutely.
Keenan also could, like, with even just like the slightest little look in his eye could just make me like the clothes. I didn't break really much on the show, but Keenan could make me break. And I had several times of just like having to like pinch my leg or like bite the inside of my cheek because Keenan would just sort of give me a look knowing that he could level me. So he's one of the greats too.
Yeah. And then Melissa is just so sweet. We had her on here.
She's amazing.
A brilliant ear, you know, just amazingly talented. You know.
Insane. Yeah.
And Mikey Day seems like an extremely nice guy. I can see why you two would be friends. Yeah.
He's one of the great mensches of all time. So I've said this before, but I mean, the fact that he was already very like savvy in the, you know, workings of the show, having been a writer for a few years, and then kind of like took me under his wing in a way when I started there. Like couldn't have been a nicer guy, couldn't have been a better situation for me to walk into, where this guy who's brilliant and is like also low key one of the best sketch writers ever kind of looked out for me like an older bro when I got there. So I was very lucky for that. So
invaluable.
all those invaluable.
Well, thank you, Alex.
Good Lord.
Dana's going to go
Alex
do
Moffat.
his SNL stuff now. Woo!
Yeah. I'll try to see what I can do. Get your facts straight, Jack.
There it is.
There it is.
I did the border. Come on, I'm a more transformative president. I did the border there, the butter. Can't believe it's not butter. There you
It's
go.
gonna work.
There you go. This
All
is
right, see you, Alex.
yeah, that's
Thank
great.
you,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. Appreciate it. Be well.
Thumbs
Take
up.
care. Have a good day. Enjoyed it. Thanks, Alex.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.
Bowen
Bowen
Yang.
Yang.
Bowen
Look at that.
Yang. Bowen Yang. It's got a cool name, and he's a great guest on our show.
Fan favorite out there. People really like Bowen Yang.
I think we go over it specifically. I think he's had 4 Emmy nominations like every season he's been on that show.
Good God.
So he is a breakout star on that show.
Officially, yeah. I think the first time I saw him, because, I watch more casually and I see it on Instagram, and the Titanic update bit, he's very creative. He's got a lot of update bits that are very clever and creative. And that's sort of popped out. And then now he's just known as a very reliable performer. And he also pops up in movies because he's good. So he's sort of covering the bases here.
Yeah. And he talks about cringe comedy. It's a very interesting discussion about his process and about having fun, really, in the end of the day on that show. And he's got great timing when you watch him in a sketch. He's very, very confident out there and always scores.
We got some Lorne stories, of course. We talked about that doofus Sarah Sherman because we laugh about her. She's always so funny, and they're very tight on the show.
Yeah.
And we don't want to give it all away, but let's get to Bowen Yang.
Bowen Yang.
If there's a movie about me, Dana, I don't want everyone beating me up. They're like, this is his life. He was always getting beat up. And so my descendants would not like that, I hope.
The start of the movie is Chris Farley holding you over his head and throwing you across a basketball court. That's the cold opening.
That's in between takes. Yeah, that's real.
And what would be the sound that our sweet friend Chris would make?
Then he goes,
That's good. Yeah.
he gets nervous.
It's great to have Bowen on because now we're talking to, because when I went on Smart List, I said, I'm going to make this easy. I know what a guest is like. So you do a podcast. So it's already, you get the whole thing as opposed to, can I ask questions or what do I say?
I might not, but I think every show has its own unwritten set of rules or whatever. And I
guess
you
so.
You just gotta like learn how to get in there. You guys are really good at it though.
Thank you. We like to send 200 episodes over to each guest just to get a feel for it.
Yeah.
So they can listen all the way. What about Sarah Sherman? What's wrong with her? That's my first question.
What happened to her?
What's wrong with her? Are we all like in this limerence phase with Sarah? I think the three of us are all equally obsessed with Sarah Sherman.
Yeah.
And we're coming at different angles.
She's a one-off, and it's so refreshing. I mean, you can't even. I wouldn't know how to describe her.
Yeah.
She's so charming.
She has like an intergenerational appeal. She has like an gender appeal. But I think like as a gay guy, I'm obsessed with her, and then in you two as straight guys are obsessed with her. Like she just has this universal appeal that I need to get to the bottom of, and I would love to have this whole episode be about her.
We have to get to the bottom of it because
Happy to.
she had me at mullet, and then she was funny, and then she's bananas, and then
cute as a button.
and then she goes on the road, and she's so funny because I just see clips, and I'm like, Sarah, what's going on the road? She goes, I don't know exactly, but it's very funny, and she's got a great show. So, but really enough about her.
Let's bring on our second guest today, Sarah Sherman.
Yes,
Boom.
I would be so thrilled.
She would love you.
She throws a party wherever she goes, whenever I've seen her. And then we're invited. And sort of like someone, at least on the surface, who's knows how to navigate life a little bit, maybe not take it too seriously. I don't know. You know her so much better than I do at this point because you've seen her under pressure, under stress.
Sure.
How is she under stress, and how are you under
how
stress?
bad does it get?
On that freaking show.
I think we're okay. She is, her and Dan Bulla, bless them both, but they will stay at 30 Rock until like 2:30 in the morning on a Thursday, trying to like get every page right. And I am someone who is going to call it at like 9:30 and be like, it's time to go home.
If that's the
difference.
writer's table is what he's talking about. Probably the rewrite day. They read the sketches on Wednesday. I'm telling our audience that doesn't know anything. At 200 episodes, they don't understand it at all. So and then Thursday they pick the sketches, and then the writers would come in maybe with one of the cast members, whoever wrote it together, and the table rewrites. Is that sort of still how it goes? They go sketch by sketch,
ends with. I mean, now I'm sure people have told you, like, we usually don't have a cold open until Friday. So the cold open does not get a rewrite table usually.
Oh, does the cold open do a read through?
Most of the time you don't get a cold open read through until Saturday at Saturday tables. It's pretty wild.
Especially if it's political, you want to wait as long as possible in case somebody so some crazy thing happens, which is the rhythm we're in now as a culture.
Know.
You feel like it's high hurdling this and now this, and then what's next? It could be good. Don't know. But I was just curious about how relaxed you seem. I mean, it seems like this is a trajectory of on camera. It's like, for our audience, you were first a writer and then you became a feature player. And you seem to, then the audience discovers you. And then there's this sort of massive leap that you make forward when they know you. Here comes Bowen. And you've made them happy every time they see you. What phase of that are you in right now? I think you're in the last one, but
maybe. But did you guys ever like take this time? Let's say this time of year, we're recording this in like late August, like right before the season starts. You buckle down just a little bit, and you're like, let me like get stuff in the tank, and it never gets used. But you're like, let me just like make some.
Of course.
That's the thing for sure, is that you start thinking of sketch ideas in August or anything you think of, it'll never make it onto the show. No. You just feel like you want to have ideas, but then the week comes and there's nothing like that week.
Right. But to answer your question, I think I'm in the stage now where, and I don't know if this is me tricking myself into anything, but I always want to go into each season as if it was my first year. Does that sound pathetic or something?
No. I think that's good to never not kind of worry a little bit is healthy.
Yeah.
I got
but
this.
But you have to. But like that place will always knock you on your ass. Like no matter how developed you feel like you are, right? Like, and especially like I'm really curious about what'll happen if the show is still around for when I like return and just say hi to people or something. Just to like visit the halls and like say hello. And like, I wonder what that'll feel like. Cause that'll be bizarre.
Have you ever gone back to your high school on a Sunday afternoon and walked around? That's what it feels like.
Okay.
When I went back, I go, everyone's so tiny. These rooms are so tiny because I grew so much when I left. And then I came back to host and I was like, oh my God, I fit in here. I think there's, when you're in the summer and you're trying to think of ideas and you're just really doing anything to get a head start. That's kind of terrifying. Do you have a writer? I think Punky, we just talked to Punky and she said she had a writer or she
was great.
Or she was assigned a writer or maybe, or just one kind of gravitated. Do you have someone they let you bring on or you just work with everybody?
I think I tend to work with everybody. I was working with Sudie Green, who I went to college with, and she got hired she was like the first person in our little like coterie of like comedians doing sketch at UCB, like mid 2010s. She kind of got like raptured up into that spaceship first, and we were like, oh my God, like someone made it. And then she kind of shepherded my like little lamb ass for the first season at SNL, and then she ended up working with Maya and Marty a lot, and then she helped Maya with her Kamala, and so I think she'll be back for the fall. When Maya's back, and then Sudi, so it was Sudi Green, and then she left, and then there's a writer, Celeste Yim, who also works with Sarah, but they were gonna leave. But I try to sort of like my goal every season is just to like see like I don't know, just throw a wide blanket on everybody.
Sure, you want everybody to write something. You want to be available for every idea, anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think this is just something I think you might find flattering or interesting. It was for us. So we first started this. Tina Fey was like our fourth guest.
Oh,
and so we got to discussing SNL and comedy. Yeah, and then she just said, "Have you seen Bowen Yang do the Titanic iceberg?" She just said, I'm not saying it as eloquently as she did. She said it's something new. It's an angle that's just different. And I thought that was cool. I hadn't met you at that point. I thought, what an interesting thing to say. But it was, I don't know, how to describe that coming about? Because that landed hard.
Yeah. And no one expected it to. But it was this thing that we did at read through, and it kind of just happened. And people were like, oh, that was cute. But it was this idea that Anna Dresden, who used to work there, was the head writer there for a season, had, where we were just on a hiatus, and she was like, maybe in April for the anniversary of the Titanic's thinking, you come on as the iceberg and you just want to promote your album. And I was like, oh, that's funny, but what would that look like? I don't know. Like,
so weird. Yeah.
What's the attitude? Blah, blah, blah. But then April rolled around. So a couple months had passed. And then I was like, hey, were you still thinking about that Titanic idea? I still don't quite know what it is, but I think I was like, it sounds really funny. So let's just put Clay on the table and like get to the bottom of what it is. And then
if it sticks with you, it's also a good idea, because you're like, I was just kind of thinking something about it. Yeah.
Maybe that's like one little secret, right? It's like if the idea is still sticky in a couple months, then it's probably worthwhile in some way.
Like anything in life. You think of something later, you think about it again, and you're like, that was kind of funny. Even though you haven't cracked the code yet, you're like, there's definitely something there.
There's something
I think
there.
that you had to see it. Like once
seeing is
the thing
hilarious.
was on your head and the whole thing, and then there's no wink or tiny nod to that. You just are the iceberg.
Right.
And how did you get there? Why aren't you freezing? Why are you on Saturday Night Live? I mean, I would say if you can get to 5 questions for a sketch, then you're in this magic area.
Wow.
And that has a lot of questions. Yeah.
Wait, have you guys talked about this 5 questions thing?
I think so.
Dana's been holding
I
on.
love it. Yeah, Dana, what the heck? I love that.
How did he get there? What is it, iceberg? Why is it?
Right.
Yeah. What is he on? Why is he on Update? Why is it on another sketch? Does the cast know the iceberg's there? I don't know. It's something that hit me at one point. I don't know if it's that profound, but it is fun to think of sketches that really crush. Does it have 5 questions?
Wait, I'm writing this down. I'm writing this down analog. I'm not even typing it, everybody. I'm picking up a pencil and I'm writing.
That's hip.
5 questions. That's hip. No, and then so we did it a table read. It was fine. It was kind of in the mix throughout the week, and then I forget what it was. Like Pete might have. Like there might have been questions about like whether or not Pete was going to come back that week, because he was kind of like dipping in and out because that was his want, and so
Pete.
It was Pete, and I think there was just a question mark on what the lineup was going to be for the show. And then Friday night at midnight, we get the call from one of the producers. We get the text from one of the producers after the meeting with Lorne on Friday night. They were like, "Okay, I think Bowen's update is a go," then. At that point, Anna and I were like texting each other pictures of like kids in Halloween costumes from 1998, like dressed up as the Titanic and dressed up as the iceberg. We were like, maybe it's this, maybe it should be like a dinner jacket. No, maybe it should be like a white leather jacket instead. And then we like lean on dinner jacket, and it should have these like jewels on them. And so it all came together over the course of, I don't know, less than 24 hours.
When can you tell wardrobe? When's the latest you could tell?
I think the worst I've done is day of, but not before like meal break.
Meal
So
breaks. That's late.
4 or 5 p.m.
Oh my
but it's
God.
like the ask has to be reasonable. It can't be like, can we get like a whole like
Right. I want to come in on a
costume.
horse.
Do you have an
if this is
iceberg
right.
costume on you that's
Right.
actually super funny, not just a regular one?
Exactly. But it was Friday night at midnight, and then God, we went in like typical update length, page length right now is like 7 pages to clock in like
Ooh.
3.5 minutes. We wrote 11 pages. And the entire it was so indulgent and like masturbatory. We were just like, this is never gonna make it on TV. This is so crazy. Like, what? We were just laughing at each other in this office next to Script on 9, like right across from Lorne's office. And we were like, it felt delirious. It felt very fever dreamy. We were like, this is never gonna go.
Like if it works from minute 1, that's what you want. We were talking about this about one joke. They get it. You push out. They start laughing because you look funny.
Yeah.
Then they get the idea and then they're on board. But if they're not, that's a long 11 pages.
I think also, I'm remembering
involved.
he was defensive. The character didn't want to really talk about the Titanic, was kind of angry. Right. How do you think I felt and all that? And then wants to promote his electro pop band. So those things were kind of inspired, because it could have gone different angles there.
Well, that was all pulled from when Paris Hilton went on Letterman right after she got arrested. And all Letterman wanted to ask her about was her getting arrested, and all she wanted to talk about was her perfume line. And so we were just like,
great. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
There you go. So, that's it.
So that was it. But that was it. Like we just like Anna was like, what can we? What does this scan on? What does this map onto? And I was like, I think. Like my favorite Letterman interview ever is him talking to Paris Hilton. And so let's just not drag and drop, but it was a nice one-to-one. So that's the whole story.
Drag and drop.
I have a question for both of you. Because I came in as a full cast member. You guys came in as feature writers. And is there an advantage and or a disadvantage? Because you're seeing the show, you're seeing the cast members do their thing. You're kind of being acclimated to the idea of it. And then I do want to know how it came about. Was it always pretty obvious that your goal was to be a cast member? And it was almost like a nod. You do 1 year, you write, you find your lane, and then you play like a fucking iceberg on update. Really, Lorne? Hey, Svengali. David?
I'll let Bowen answer this one.
Bowen, you're
what
first.
Do you mean?
Oh,
okay. Well, but I would love to hear David's answer.
I'll do it. My answer is it's 22 minutes long. Here it is.
Okay.
I was born in Arizona. Oop, back too far.
Oh boy, here we go again. I'm just going to take a little break.
Sandler, when I tell him a story, he goes, back too far, speed it up. So anyway, I basically was a writer performer with Schneider, but they said, don't write yourself in. They said, for sure, don't.
Right.
We got so many people. I didn't want to be a writer. I didn't know how to be a writer. So write yourself in, maybe a line or two here when they have punky kids. And then they would, if you had too much, they would pull you out.
Yeah.
They'd say, that's 5 lines. Give that to Mike Myers. And I'm like, fuck. So you do that. It's just so hard to write for myself already and then write for someone else and writing a sketch. So it did take a long time to learn that stuff. And then, and then we came back for the next year and Schneider put himself in copy machine and I was flabbergasted. I'm like, Rob, you're breaking all the rules. And then it got on and I was like, wait, no one said it was fair. And I was like, oh, it's not fair. You took it out of my mouth. I was about to say that. So, so it's okay because I think that technicality I learned was it was something that they said, if you do it the best, you can write it for yourself. But if it's just a funny idea for a sketch, give it away. So Rob did that well. Yeah.
Well, it's funny though, because I feel like you're lucky if you have someone like Rob there to show you that like you can just break the rules, and if you do it well enough, no one's going to say anything or no one's going to take issue with it. Right. You know,
that's what happened. I was like, what are you doing, dude? And but he was very like, fuck that shit. He would always write himself in and make them take on. Adam wrote himself in so fast. And I was like, this is the way we do it here because I was brainwashed. But and when it worked, I'm like, well, what am I doing? But they had hookier stuff, so it was harder for me. So, but I could see it. Like Adam's stuff was so a little nutty, a little left to center, and it was really him. And I'm like, shit, I am not really like that. I'm more dry jokes and whatever the fuck I do. So it took it took longer to get a foothold, but they kind of skipped some of the rules and it worked out.
Yeah. And I have to, true confessions. Remember when you came to my office that one night, you were a feature writer, and I said, first thing you never do is write yourself into a sketch. And I regret that.
Well,
But
it's true though.
my other point is that we all had seen you. We knew you were funny. Me and Dennis and Kevin, and we knew you and Schneider were stand-ups. We'd seen you kill at clubs. So when I saw Schneider out there doing the copy machine, that's something Rob would do.
Yeah.
Bowen?
Yeah, I screen tested 4 times by the time Lorne was like,
They saw you at
right.
UCB.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Or is that where they saw you? In New York or where?
In New York. It was New York. I
Yeah.
I sent in a tape on a lark. I was like, they're never going to hire like an effeminate Asian guy. Like why would they? There's no need for that. Like, let me think the way Lorne Michaels thinks.
They
like,
have
he's
so
not
many.
gonna. They have so many. They've got Leo there. They've got Rob. I was just like, this is just never going to happen. So I'm just going to have fun with it. And then tape was kind of went just cleared each stage gate. And so I did like the UCB showcase, and then did screen test callback 1 year. Then Lorne just decided to throw another round of screen tests in March of the following season, and then holding deal until August, and then that was the 4th time. And so holding deal. So yeah, that was like it was the first time I was on one. Like it felt so special.
Oh, holding deal.
For people at home, that means what? You get paid to do
Disgusting.
nothing until they decide.
Little bit of
Exactly.
money, and you might be on television.
Wet the beak. Yep.
Wet the beak. It was like peanuts, and like, but at the time it just.
But it's from SNL. It's a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's $78 a month, but if you stretch it, it'll last. Sorry.
and a movie pass. Yeah.
It's from my personal checkbook. So.
And did you have a breakthrough one live with everyone? Did you have to do that thing, or was you just gradually all of a sudden they called you and said you're a writer?
No, it was after the tape. It was the live thing at UCB. So they just did like a live showcase with a bunch of people. And then from then on, it was just screen tests. And then I remember my first meeting with Lorne, I fucked it up because the first thing I said was, I also grew up in Canada and I can speak French. That was and he saw through that immediately and was like, who is this? Yeah, totally.
How did you dig yourself out of that hole?
I didn't. I stayed in the hole. I stayed in the hole and then thought I was done. But then the second meeting, he was in LA.
It's always so crazy. It's never normal situation.
It's never normal. No, he was at the Beverly Hills Hotel because he was doing the Emmys that year because Che and Colin were hosting, and so
in room 31, it's a suite.
I always get that.
Yeah, that's his hotel. He's a creature of habit.
Of course.
Yeah,
want to go for a walk?
He loves his walk in Beverly Hills. We're revealing.
I took
secrets.
a walk. I'm like, Jesus, I thought we were lost. I go, Lorne, where's the Beverly Hills Hotel? We walked and walked. I'm like, I thought this is a cute little jaunt, but it was honestly, it's exactly 5 miles. I'm like, no, I have to prep a lunch.
He was getting his 10,000 steps. I had a long hike with him with a bunch of people on Long Island. And eventually at one point, I believe he did say, trees are violent.
Think about it, Dana.
Root systems, and there's this aggression. It's a bioevolutionary thing. Look into it, please.
Yeah.
And I need another hit fucking character. No, anyway.
I think Dana's got the most like timbre perfect Lorne impression. I think
It's so good.
I love Bill Hader's. I love different incarnations of them. Bill's is very laid back and sort of right here. So you get hired. I was curious just for a second at UCB when they would do showcase. Did you knew you had something? Were you killing it eventually on stage at UCB pre SNL?
We were doing.
I'm assuming you were doing.
Yeah. we were doing like monthly shows. Like we had like a monthly sketch show there. Like they called them Spanks, and then it turned it into like a monthly show. And so it was like a half hour little sketch thing, and we were doing stuff at the pit, and I was doing like I went to school in the city and met a lot of like cohort people there, and it was nice. And like I lucked
Did you audition with anyone that made it all the way?
Did I audition with anyone that made it all the way? The first year I auditioned was the same year as Heidi and Chris Redd and Luke Knoll. So they were people, and then Andrew Dismukes was also that year, and he got hired as a writer first as well. Then the next year, I came on to write for just one season, and then when Lorne called me to like give me cast, he was like, "This was the plan all along. And I had to let you, I had to let you cook, and if I threw you out there without a paddle, it would have been irresponsible because there's going to be a lot of eyes on you." And I was like, "Okay, great." But I mean, it was a really stressful year because I like David was like, I don't identify as a writer. I don't know how to write for myself or other people, let alone. But I'm glad I had that time though, that gestation, because like I would have like I saw how the sausage got made, and like it kind of demystified it. So
I literally only figured out how sausage was made, but not how to write a sketch. But also, I don't think you have like
I wrote a sketch about how sausage is made.
Write it up, Dana.
We had 3 episodes.
But when you see these other guys go by you on a rocket ship, that's the hard part. On my own, I could just sit there and learn like school.
Right.
But every 2 weeks, someone else is getting hired, and then on the show, I'm like, wait. And then the insult was, I think after 2 years, he was like, "We're going to keep you on as another feature player." I'm like, I'm the only one left. I'm not full cast. So that was humiliation. But
like,
again, I walked out. When it all is said and done, it feels like I was on there and did what I should do. But it was never, when I was there, I never walked away going, nailed it. I was like fucking walking with a limp going, I don't know what happened.
It's just hindsight. It only it only comes in. Yeah. I mean, do we think that that's like character building, or do we think that that's traumatic? Both.
It's been trauma since. Yeah, I mean,
Since
I feel
Arizona.
like it was really tough. Yeah, but I got a lot out of it. I think it depends. I mean, some people you don't hear from again, and that's just how it works. And that's probably what happens. And so you leave there. I remember one time we were doing movies, and I said, "I think I want to leave," and they go, "Where are you going to go?" They're like, "You leave SNL, then what happens?" I'm like,
"You'd already done Tommy Boy," which was a smash.
I was like, I don't want to leave because I'm getting more stuff. And they go, "But that stuff dries up if you leave," because I didn't have time to do it all. And I was like, never quite got that. And then later you go, "Oh, if you work, you usually get more work." And but that didn't make any sense. And then it did later. But I was like, ugh.
To your question, I would just say it puts armor on you. You'll never be in another thing like this live, unprepared. It's in the cards, all the nonsense, all your relatives watching. They're not using you so much this week, eh? So you get resilient. I mean, you are coming out in a huge movie. I don't want to jump ahead because I have some sketches I want to get to.
Yeah.
Wicked. And so that, and then SNL, I mean, it's a little bit of a, and then your podcast is, it's huge. I mean, it's right in the top 20 out of 4 million.
It's not a lot, you guys.
So there's a lot of success happening to you right now. And I had a phase like that with Wayne's World and so forth and so on. So what are you, I am a licensed therapist, but how are you feeling? You're in your 6th season as a cast member, or going into your 6th season?
Going into 6. Going into 6, yeah.
And
how do I
you
feel?
Have, just for the audience, I think 3 or 4 Emmy nominations.
Oh,
like stacked in a row.
Sure. It wasn't. It's not. It wasn't. I didn't do the Dana thing of consecutive, but yes.
Is that what Dana did?
Dana, I think Dana has like 5 consecutive years.
6.
Jesus.
Pretty cool. 6.
Oh boy.
And then 7 for the win.
Yes.
We'll get this online for people listening. It'll be no, but
go to a side chat for that.
I'm going around in my head because I'm watching your stuff, and it's like, as you know, Lorne loves people. Well, he loves comedians, basically. He loves us. Mm-hmm. He loves funny people. He also loves funny people who can go and score and make the audience really happy consistently. And that's where you are. I mean, I've watched all your stuff. It's like you're landing constantly on that show.
My hit rate is average. I like there's some duds.
All right.
Of course.
I'm also an attorney.
Yeah.
The doctor sketch with Ryan Gosling.
Oh God! Stop!
Bowen Yang is straight with Sydney Sweeney.
Oh yeah.
George Santos on Updated the Cold Opening. You know, just things that are kind of killer viral stuff. Now I'm going to let you talk.
It doesn't feel like you're asking me how it feels. Like someone asked. Well, it's sure totally surreal. But someone asked, and I'm not comparing myself to Cher or anything. But someone asked Cher recently, like, what does it feel like to be an icon? And she goes, it doesn't feel like anything. Like, don't you guys agree? Like when someone's like, what did it feel like? Or what does it feel like to have been on SNL? And I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't feel like anything, right?
Most of the time, people in life, unless you're on a chain gang or building things, most of us just hang out most of our lives. It's an easy. So you're even at SNL, you're hanging out. Then in between shows, you're hanging out. Right now, we're hanging out, which is a miracle.
You're hanging out.
And so, yeah, I remember the first time I got recognized, and my wife said, "You're famous." It really shocked her. And then it made her see all other famous people as just people. So yeah, we've been behind the curtain, so we kind of understand. Right. You know. Yeah.
But that still feels like a mystifying thing to you. Like if you see someone else go through it, is that fair to say?
I relate to it. I'm interested in it. When I watch because I can get Saturday Night Live, which is great, on Peacock at 8:30. On the West Coast.
On the West Coast.
So I'm watching it live a lot more. I get the YouTube clip. So it's kind of fun. And I watch, I notice cast members getting confidence, a sketch they're breaking through. That Saturday Night Live is unintentionally, I think, unless Lorne is more brilliant than people give him credit for, that it's a reality show. You take unknowns, you put them on this show and see how they go. Or you take a football player, hey, maybe that guy can do sketch comedy.
Yeah.
So the show is always entertaining and interesting to me because I'm kind of watching it from this other perspective.
Yeah. And I think like I get caught up in the meta narrative sometimes, especially now. I'm like, oh, like there's like I'll get roped into like a headline, into like some pickup every now and then. I'm like, oh God, this is so unfair. This is so stressful. This is not what I meant, or this is not what I was doing. Like, while like Chappelle was standing on stage with me. But it's like, but it ends up. I think Lorne understands that it ends up being this thing that like is what the show is, which is like the way that like people's emotions are on display for this, and the way that like the culture changes or the pendulum swings one way and then back the other. And, I think like it's all, I think Lorne has an awareness of it. I think Lorne knows that it's a reality show.
Well, totally. Steve Higgins said that he wrote the Constitution basically, and it's a liquid, it changes with the passing.
Yeah.
I come from the analog era. I mean, basically landlines and fax machines. And
I think Lorne likes pickup.
Yeah.
Lorne likes pickup.
Lorne would like pickup.
If you make some noise, you're coming back. I think that's what he wants. He just doesn't want anybody flatlining.
Sure.
And if they are, I remember, by the way, just to go back, I just saw the Sydney Sweeney one. I like when Heidi at the beginning casually goes, he just plays gay as a shortcut to jokes. Shortcut to laughs. I was like,
shortcut to laughs.
The shortcut to laughs. And then there was a couple other burns. It was pretty funny, but that was a good one. She was great in that.
She was great.
She seems like what a score. I think Kim Kardashian did a nice job, sort of surprisingly. Yeah. I don't think Sydney is a surprise that she was good, but it's just good when everything kind of falls in the right way on a show, because it can go the other way so easily.
Totally. I think she's an example of a host who came in and understood how she was being consumed and perceived already. Like she came in, she was like, please everyone make jokes about my boobs. Like she was practically begging everybody to write
say no more.
Like and then she like went down to her dressing room on Thursday right before the tape. I was like, just so you know, like we're getting an intimacy coordinator, and if you're at any point uncomfortable, you can tap out. Like if if we make out and you hate it, no problem, we can cut it. And she goes, Bowen, I'm on Euphoria. But then she also said, but then she also said, she goes, you're living every gay man's dream by like having sex with me. And I'm like, how do you know that? Like, she knows that like she's so raw sexual power that like anyone would be thrilled to like simulate sex with her. It's so crazy. Were there hosts like that when you guys were there, where like it was just like some like I
had crushes on hosts for sure. Sometimes you see someone that's really like an actress that's great and they come on, and then like anything in the world, their personality or their talent during the week just shoots them even higher. You're like, oh my God. They're either super cool or they roll with anything, or they're just good in the sketches or nice to everybody. And then you're like, it goes up. Or some people, they can lose points.
Of course.
I think Sweeney seems like a good one. And Dana worked with a lot of great people too. Yeah.
This goes back. It was Dolly Parton. Phil and John are talking to Dolly. And she's got a little cut the whole thing. And she goes, all right, well, I'm going to look away so you boys can look. Let's get it over with. And then,
her monologue was great because camera just kept going over to her cleavage. That was a great monologue.
Yeah, she had a sense of humor about the whole thing. And when you talk to her, she's really just kind of this brilliant songwriter. I mean, she created Dolly Parton. Yeah. But, the theme to Bodyguard, I Shall Always...
Was Britney Spears the one that had the boob monologue where her boobs are moving?
The moving tits, yeah. That was
so funny.
Really good.
What a great, not easy idea, just a good idea that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she had to buy into it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were about to tell us the host that was mean to everyone.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys off, Mike.
You're trying to trend.
We were going to be on, Mike.
No, but this was
we got in trouble for saying Steven Seagal wasn't. I mean, everyone gets in trouble for saying something, but that's what everyone asks, and then you can only dodge it for so long, or you just try to explain why they weren't great. I heard Paris Hilton was not great, but that was after I left, and then you go why. Or Bieber. I've heard so many people, but some it just doesn't work out, and some are fighting it, and there's a reason. But it's scary. It's a scary place.
Could be some people deal with stress by lashing out.
Yeah,
I've seen that, and being kind of overly angry, and it's all just anxiety and fear.
It was just. I think the layer on my little quote, my little poll, which by the way, like it was like on Andy Cohen's show, and they play this game, and so like
I saw it's a game called Get Pickup.
It's a game called Stay on Another Season,
but you didn't say the name of the person, so I felt it was pretty benign when I watched it. Just saying there was this one, but then at the game of because of all the.
I think it was the game, and I think it was me saying that this person made multiple cast members cry, and I think that is more about that is more about the environment of the place. That's like Wednesday, like imagine like you stay up till 4 a.m. writing a sketch, and then the host is like, I fucking hate this. Like you're gonna have some your nerves are frayed. You're gonna have some weird, bizarre emotional response. I'm not saying I was the one who cried.
You're exhausted. You're emotionally spent. I get it. I mean,
did Lorne tear up at all?
Did Lorne? Lorne.
Fade in on Bowen. He's dressed as a Irish potato.
Irish potato.
Update could use a potato.
An Irish potato. I don't know. I don't know where I was going.
But some of those shows, like Andy Cohen's, I'm saying, is that the questions are like, whatever you answer is going out there because like, who did you hate the most? And who did you like the most? It's like, who do you like? Who's the funniest? And then it's like, click here to hear who is the funniest.
Totally.
Set it up for horrible. But you survived.
Gossip is in our DNA. I mean, the Homo sapiens from 200,000 years ago. Excuse me. The gay sapiens.
Yeah. There you go.
By the way, I mean, in the gay community, because you're the first person to really have so many sketches around someone being gay. I mean, the gay Oompa Loompa is especially hysterical.
Thanks.
Are you embraced? Are you iconic? Are they? Is it because it, or are you ridiculed? How does it go over?
I think there's a healthy. I think I think a gay audience is always going to be a little leery, and they're always going to be like, "Well, I could have done it better." You know, like there's
what a drag.
it's I think it's healthy. I think it's like a fun. Like I can't.
I
Get
think so too.
Just like us.
I think, I mean, it's just. I was told
they're jealous. Yeah,
Yeah.
the closest I got, because I was from San Francisco in the stand-up
Right.
scene, had gay friends, and they said the church lady would play at the gay bars.
Of
In
course.
San Francisco, they would play the sketches, and I go, I just thought it was flattering.
Oh my God. No, Church
So,
Lady is
yeah.
very gay iconic. And then and David, I will say, I think no, and this is not something SNL related, honestly.
Go
I
ahead.
think Just Shoot Me is like very queer canon.
What is it?
Queer canon. I love
Just
it.
Shoot Me is queer
Okay.
canon. I think like there's something about like you and like Wendy Malick and like Laura what's her name? Laura San Giacomo.
Yeah.
Like I think like there's something like it was like the first sitcom that was like at a magazine, and so I think
Yeah.
like I think gay people of a certain
model
generation,
magazine.
a model
Yeah,
magazine.
So it was all that world.
and then that was honestly how I first discovered David. I was like it was before I was aware of what SNL, the history of SNL was.
Right.
Mhm.
I just moved to the States. I started watching TV all the time.
From
was like, oh my
Australia.
God. From Canada. It was Australia, then Canada,
then Canada.
then the States.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what's
All
funny,
right.
Bowen,
Hey.
is that
Mhm.
Egg-
for a model magazine, there was no gay person on the show.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
Unless it was me. I don't know. I mean,
I
is
thought
that what you're
I
telling
thought
me?
your character
Yeah,
was
maybe.
gay the whole time.
You were like, the gay Finch was our favorite. And I'm like,
Oh my
wait,
God.
that's me. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But I loved Wendy on that show. She was so, I mean, I had a blast with everybody. And I thought Wendy, every read through was so funny as Nina.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Such a blast. That was a lucky break of leaving SNL and doing something else. Because it's
I was gonna
just,
say.
that next move is terrifying.
I was gonna say I feel like you landed really on a nice sort of padding.
Shit, yeah, it was just luck, you know. The way this business is, it's you think you're good, bad, but if you are in the right place and you get on the right show and there's writers and a network loves it and
Mhm.
all those people were good around me, it just really, really helps. And then you just try to tread water for the rest of your
Yeah.
fucking life.
This
But
is
I will
this
say
is
it's easier, Bone.
it is well this is how I feel. Like you guys are asking me like how I feel going into my sixth season. Like
Okay.
I completely abide by this thing that it is just luck. Like if I was, and I think even Tina mentioned this like on her episode where she was like, this would never have flown. Like the iceberg would have never been on the show.
right.
Like even 10
Mhm.
years before. Like
Yeah.
I got very, very lucky. I feel like the Mars rover landing on that square inch of Martian soil that they have to land it at that exact spot on land. Like that's me. Like I could not have been any kind of even like, I just couldn't have made it to the show, period, had it not been for like a very specific set of
Yeah.
alignments, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of fluky things. I mean, I auditioned twice as a stand-up, and it wasn't for Lorne, but for pass.
Yep.
And then going back to your share analogy, the night that I was in a club and Rosie O'Donnell was playing there, I'd not met her, and I said, I think I have Lorne Michaels is going to come see me at this little club on the west side of L.A.
Mhm.
And so she agreed, and we flipped a coin, and we both got to see it. And what happened was, I'm nervous as hell. Lorne comes
Yeah.
on, the head of the network, and then Cher. So I just, when you said Cher, I go, oh, Cher.
Wow.
And when I run into Cher, very rarely, she would go, I was there the night you know.
That's incredible.
I was there.
I thought,
David's got a share.
half-breed, I've never tried to do Cher.
Believe I'm 74.
You should do Cher.
I would love to do
Cher.
share. I've got a good share impression.
I bet you
Where is
do.
it?
Can we give it got
Yeah.
5 seconds of Cher?
Sure. If I want to put tits on my back, that's nobody's business but mine. Pretty good.
What is that, her on Mike
A lot
Douglas?
of people just go
Yeah.
half-breed. They do the limp half-breed,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's it. Boom.
they go too low. They go too like snap out of. But she was never that low. She's got a pretty high like literal pitch. She pitches her voice out pretty high.
Yeah.
I love her. The funniest fucking person.
Met her when I was 11 or 12 at a theater near where I grew up in the peninsula. It was Sonny and Cher, and we waited outside to get her autograph. So to your point about the kismet and the weirdness of getting on SNL or any of this happening, I happened to be in the right place at the right time over and over again. And then, you know, like Mike Myers said, Cha, would you like to play Garth? Well, okay, what is it? You know, and then it goes to that.
Yeah.
So I agree, but you know, there's one sketch that your look, the design of your look really stood out for me as instantly funny. And that was the Doctor sketch with Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
you had this white suit, long straight black hair. It was such a cleverly written sketch. And then just about, first of all, nothing went wrong. You're talking to the relatives, you know.
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling comes out. I mean, that whole show, I have to say, just did exude joy for whatever reason. It had the Beavis and Butthead, and you know, something about Ryan Gosling on that show.
He's a star.
Just and someone who like, you know, every time like there's like anytime like an actor would come on, like a serious actor would come on, like they would just like they just ask not necessarily the right questions. They'd be like, well, where's he coming from? What's his motivation? You're like, it's just say the line, read the card. But I think he at that point, that was like his fourth time hosting. He was asking those same questions, but for some reason, like there was an endearing quality to it. And I think he really was. That's his way of, maybe that's some people's way of just finding the comedy of it. Like it's just their process. It's not a comedian's process at all, but it's an act. It's like an Oscar nominated actor's process for sure. Like, you know, that's
something's working.
What is your because we were writing pen and paper a lot of the time. I mean, the cast back in the early days.
Sure.
Sometimes when I would write a sketch, I would just put a check mark for either something funny or an actual laugh. And I would try to
in read through.
Well, and if in read through or even ahead of time and afterwards, like, okay, there's a gap here. What can I put? Maybe a funny physical move or what's your methodology? You do, and I sat with a lot of writers as well, or I write alone. But I was a stand-up. I love working with writers and bouncing. You know, love that process. So
me too.
You probably are you riffing with some of these writers in the room? Yeah,
ends up being the best method. There's always someone like on keys, just like typing everything everyone's saying, and then we just.
Oh, really?
And then what I've started to do, or what I learned from Sudi, was, you know, you would just type out everything everyone would say in a big old document, and then you'd print out. There's something important about printing it out and holding it in your hands,
reading it,
and then circling, and then you would have your selects. And circle
tactile.
The jokes that would. It's a very tactile process. It works, and then it's just a matter of rearranging them and then filling in with connective tissue,
cutting out the fat.
Yep,
and then you get it tighter, and then you cut out more fat.
Yep, and then
this. I need this line. I need this. We need this.
Right.
Yeah. I would do the check mark thing that Dana said at read through. Like you do a sketch, and you're it's read through, and you're hitting what worked.
Yeah,
and then you look after if it didn't get picked. You go, well, I only had 3 check marks on 8 pages.
That's it. I think Higgins even like told us one time, like, what you do is you set up the thread, you yank at it, loosen, yank again, harder, bring in another thread, cut both threads, pull one again. Like it was just like such a, like that is, I don't know, like that's such a complicated way of like doing it. But I mean, it's a nice framework.
Some
I
of the
guess
more
that's how I do stand-up.
colorful vernacular would be like, just, we beat the shit out of it.
We
took the idea and we just beat the fuck out of it. You know, just like, how about this? How about this? How about that? But what's the easiest one that you've had that was a big score that just sort of came together really fast? You know, some of them just sort of fall together, and others are just
are really fixer
George Santos.
George was fun. That was mostly Jost. I mean, the Weekend Update one was me and Allison Gates and Ken Sublette, but Jost would do the cold opens, and that Candle in the Wind thing was Jost. But there's one called Sarah Lee with Harry Styles where
I saw that.
That was me and Julio, and that was just the two of us. Just kind of it's like a one and done straight line pass, and that was it. And basically that went to TV, and That was another thing where we were like, I can't believe this is going on air. Like, I can't believe, and that makes you go every now and then, like, oh, like Lorne does just kind of get when to like. He understands when something is just ready to be out there, even though you, as the person who wrote it, might not agree with him. Even though you, as the person who wrote it, like even you have doubts about whether or not this is meant for a wider audience than the people internal at SNL. Lorne is like, no, like America's ready to see this, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Sometimes
oh, sorry. Go ahead, David.
saying just sometimes Monday meetings, you pitch something and he goes, "This is the week," or he'll say it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "That feels like 2 weeks from now." And then he goes, "This is the week," and then this is when we need it, and it's usually right.
I know
when it's supposed to be.
I know. It's pretty amazing
Hopefully.
how. Yeah, he's right.
I think he's downloaded. I mean, Lorne is almost like a human AI when it comes to that show because a half century of downloading everything, what will kind of work, instincts around it in that room, all filtered through his gigantic brain. He's incredibly bright. And then, it's all intuitive at this point. I mean, it's just like, because he's never sweating. Well, right before air shows when Lorne is really the most amped up.
Sure.
We'll lose the wig. We'll play that after update. Can we, the wine glass, could it be a little shorter? All right. I mean, you couldn't, there's never been a camera on that meeting, has there? Like, has anyone ever just taken a video and put that? Picking the show at like 10:45 that's on live to the world at 11:30.
I think they finally did put a camera in the room, so they're releasing all these because they're releasing all these documentaries.
Oh, that's
for the
right.
50th.
There's 5 documentaries.
Yep.
Are you in any of the documentaries?
I don't think so. I think they just sat me down to just talk. I think so. There's one. I don't know what they're like, but each one is about a different aspect, and like. One's about Lorne, one's about the musical guest, one's about like the police. It's like
one's about cowbell, the sketch.
One's about cowbell. Yes,
there's a whole documentary on it.
Yeah, incredible. So I'm just excited to see how they cut it together. I have no idea.
One time, Lorne grabbed me by the cue cards and he went, "I'm scared." And then he goes, "No one will believe you." And then he walked away. By the way, Bowen, while I'm waiting for this idiot, when I do stand up, I try a joke out, or I put it on a voice note just off the top of my head.
Yep.
Get it typed up. Heather helps me with that, and then I go through and underline what I need. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny you said that.
It's great.
And then I do it at a club, tape it, and then go, what? Because I try to memorize. I go, what did I miss? Tighten and brighten, and then you go, this is what works. This part, what you need. Go ahead.
I like that.
Sorry.
Well, no, I kind of do my own sort of research. So this is from you. I don't know.
Oh shit. Oh no.
You just said, and I understood what you were talking about. It's not. Is
this the cringeworthy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was stoned off my gourd last month on my podcast.
What I thought.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. No, you were stoned, really?
Well, yeah. No, but we were just. My friend Matt and I were just talking about like this concept of like pushing past like a feeling of cringiness, like pushing past this feeling of like embarrassment or humiliation or shame. Like RuPaul has this thing like your fear of looking stupid is holding you back, and he like says this to so many of the drag queens on the show. He's like, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back.
True.
And I'm like that. Yeah, it just applies to so many things. And I was saying that I was like making this larger point about how SNL is like the biggest arena for looking stupid, for like trying out an idea that you think is brilliant, and it is like all week it's this idea that has been great, and then it fucking bombs on live television, and you have to like you gotta develop your coping mechanisms fast, or else you're gonna go crazy.
Yes.
So that's the context
and it
for
bombs. It makes you, and you, in the middle of it, you're thinking, how is this not working? What are we doing wrong?
Yeah.
Like everyone loved this,
but like you never know, and
it's weird.
And it's no
when it
sale
kills
with the
it,
crowd,
read through, and vice versa, and it's the opposite live on air. And I think Phil and I and Victoria used to say we're just clowns, and really think of ourselves as clowns, because they can get highfalutin. These sophisticated comedians who are commenting on society,
No.
So, put a dress on me, put a wig,
Fucking
Yeah.
clown
put me in a
show.
big
show.
diaper. I was in a big diaper once with Matthew Broderick and the
Yes.
sketch bomb. We were bare chested in giant diapers with bonnets on, and it played the dead silence. And then the commercial break. This is my first season. We walk by the bleachers. We kind of trying to wave to the audience as they look away. You know,
They're like, fuck you.
yeah, you want.
They're like, we hate
It's
you.
like if you're not, you know, I mean, do you have sketches in your head that are you feel like are too far or not ready, or that are sort of fantasy? If I could get that to work, you know, do you play guitar, kid?
Yeah. Oh my. But no. Funnily enough, I've always wanted to write like a yacht rock sketch or something, like
Musical.
Here we go.
musical thing. But like, I don't know. Like, it's just not. That seems that's not even like. I can see it. It's just I feel like I've got a million steps to that. But what you're saying is so real. It's this thing of like this is what I mean by SNL being the most cringeworthy place in show business. It's like it is. You need to learn how to push past that embarrassment, or else you'll die. Yeah.
Or you'll pull your next good idea and go, I don't know about this one.
Exactly. And this is the beauty of comedy is that it's no one agrees on what funny. There's no universal definition of what funny is.
Yeah.
And that's the amazing thing about it. There's no one agrees. And for something to be funny, all it has to be is funny to two people. That is the smallest unit of measurement for comedy, and that's all that matters. Like the political shit that gets attached to it doesn't really matter. Like it's just about that. And I agree with this whole clown thing. Like we're just clowns. I never want to comment on society. I just want to.
Number
put on a
one,
funny
you
costume.
want it, what they say, kill. You want people to be helpless. And you also want, and I'm sure you've had this, people see you at an airport or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, me and my friends just went crazy for, you know, the iceberg sketch
Sure,
or whatever you
sure.
would get. And that's also that's really fun. I mean, that is very satisfying. When people, you
So
know,
satisfying.
they've seen it multiple times and they're quoting lines, you know, that's the best. One thing I was going to ask you, because I'm curious for myself, like, why do I love when people, because I'm pre-rap and hip hop,
Yeah.
I've been exposed to it massively.
Uh-huh.
When there is a sketch where people are rapping together, it always entertains the hell out of me. Timothy Chalamet and I guess Marcello, was it the babyface?
Yeah.
one? And then Keenan came in and syncopated movement, and it's just always is entertaining to me. I don't see it as anything other than just I'm immediately entertained, especially when you don't expect it. All
You're
of a
asking
sudden,
why?
people are. Well, I'm just saying I'm kind of curious how there'd be people, you know, real purists a long time ago. Oh, it's hack, you know, the rapping, rhyming, you know. But I'm entertained every time, so that's all.
I think it's just like a structure. I don't want to get too
Do you think
about
if it works,
Do you
it
think
works.
what if Biden did a rap?
I think people would go crazy.
Yeah.
Whoops.
All right, let's wrap.
Let's
Speaking of
wrap.
wrapping. Bowen, you're a stud. We got to know you. We got to know a little bit about the iceberg. We got to know everybody.
I love
so
you guys.
we appreciate it.
Yes,
And thank you. You're great on the
2,200
show.
on his SAT. He's highly
my
educated.
God,
I know. I'm just
stop it.
throwing this out at the very end, but I was like, damn.
He taught himself Adobe Photoshop. I read that earlier.
Meant so much. He went. These are just.
Talk about him. All right.
Wow.
Thanks, Bowen. I know you got to run. Appreciate it.
run.
And we'll see you at the show at some point. This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.
Our guest today is Jay Pharoah. Tell
Jay
the
Pharoah,
folks
very
about
funny
him.
guy. He was on SNL, of course, which most of our people are. I saw him when I did Snake Oil, and he was one of the guests. Now he has his own game show, but that's just one of the many things he does. He's really in there doing stuff. He's got a lot going on. He tells us all about it.
Yeah, 6 years on Saturday Night Live.
Mhm.
Arguably one of the best impressionists to ever be on Saturday Night Live. And so we get him to
Oh, yeah.
He does his Denzel Washington and all these different voices on this podcast. So this was a very loose, entertaining thing. He came to play, and I think he had fun. I know I did.
Yeah, very upbeat guy. I apologize, but I said we're going to hit you up for all these impressions, and they sound so funny. And if you're listening to just audio, he's got great faces to go with him. But that audio, I was just listening to it, and that Denzel, it's almost like you can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
great.
So the very, very talented Jay Pharoah. Have a listen, won't you? You don't have to wear earphones on. Bill Maher.
I didn't have to smoke either, but I failed that test. Shit.
Well, he kept lighting them and waving them around. I wanted to reach through the screen and have a hit, man. He makes it look good.
let me tell you this. His weed is very rich. It's very rich. That is $500 million I have made plus weed. I ain't there yet. I thought I was good. I thought I was good with going in to the dispensaries that now look like iPods, but apparently I ain't smoked nothing. So I got to build my tolerance up with Bill Maher because I didn't even know he smoked. I said, "Wow, really?" Okay, so
he smokes. But what was the name of the cannabis? Did it have a name like jackhammer or brain damage or something
Crippled
powerful?
hyena.
I think it was called Diddy House. That's what I think it was called. That's what
Diddy House, yeah.
Diddy House. Okay, that's
Dude,
it.
are they
That's
still
their name.
hassling that guy? He said he was sorry.
I know. Just baby oil does not mean guilt. Baby oil means there's rashes with the staff.
Baby oil doesn't mean guilt, but baby oil with no protection means that something definitely was going down. That's what it means.
Yeah. Baby oil.
I know. It was crazy. I keep 200 bottles in my place, but
Let me tell you something.
1,000? That's
If you're getting initiated after college, I don't think you're in the right room. It's like, hey, an initiation means you get to do whatever you want to someone. And so it's like, I'm 36, I'm being initiated into the music biz. Like, come on.
Yeah. I haven't gone there. And, what I can say is the man has always looked moisturized. It makes sense why he's so slippery
True.
now.
Yep.
He is
Good eye.
It makes sense. I've never seen a crackly, ashy anything on P. Diddy. It makes sense now.
No.
oh no.
No.
Yeah, he is frozen in time. He looks just like he did 30 years ago. And it's baby oil. And they say, oh, it's something nefarious. I go innocent till proven Diddy.
Yeah, it doesn't scare me. But if you see so many bottles and you're like, how fast are we going through these?
Yeah, and then cut to the 40-foot bed in the back. Like, yo, what are you, Steve from Blue's Clues? Like, what is going on? I just don't understand it.
Well, at some point, when you get, say, 500, 700 million, somebody in the room says, hey, maybe we could procure young women and bring them to, and
Just brainstorming.
and then Diddy said, you're a genius. Because at some point, the money leads to the
And Diddy
crazy.
said, "Oh."
Like
Diddy
Spade.
said, "Oh, not only should we bring girls, we should bring some boys too. We should do that. Let's just
Right. Let's keep it even.
It's gotta be. It's equality. It's equal on both
Right.
sides. Let's
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble for just bringing girls.
Yeah.
Also, I saw a video because it's in my algo. So on TikTok,
He's giving himself a close
yeah,
up.
it's funny, Jay, when you go like this. So I go they show Diddy playing basketball at his house. Obviously, has a basketball court.
Yeah.
And then you go in this wide shot, and I'm sorry, there's a bed in the basketball court.
I saw
And I'm
that
like,
too.
You see that? And I was like,
Like this man was just greedy with but he wanted it everywhere. Everywhere. It's probably
you can't wait to go in the other room.
There's got to be some. There's got to be at least a futon in the kitchen. There's at least
something.
In the
Big piece of toast.
There's a double futon in the dining room, a single futon in the kitchen, and just stacked pillows in the foyer. So anywhere at any time,
Fucking hit the deck.
Within 3 to 6 meters, he's ready for action. I'm starting to have a quirky admiration just for the operation of it, just for the infrastructure, the planning, the detail. I'm not saying it's not evil, but man, they had some plans.
There was something definitely went down, and something definitely went down in the DM. That's DM standing for Diddy's Mansion. Y'all see how I did that? Damn.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Quick.
That's good.
Quick with that.
I drove by his mansion. I didn't even know, Dana. I drive by it on the way to somewhere every day because I cut through the street. And all the houses are big. And some people go, that's Mr. Chow's house. You know, you never know. Be like, Michael Jordan's mom lives there. And everyone just believes it for 300 years. But no one ever said that was Diddy's house. And then all these trucks are out there, these news trucks. And I go by, I go, hey, what's going on here? Just so they'll recognize me. And then, and they're like, oh, you didn't hear Diddy? It's a big shit show. And I'm like, oh, that's his house? You probably shouldn't tell me, but I'm cool. And so I go, I will never mention on a podcast. So anyway, he was there, and that's my big story.
Oh,
that was great. I enjoyed that a lot.
It's for sale for $60 million. I'll give you 1.3 right now.
By the way, non sequitur, but back to the subject. Do you remember when Robert Smigel did a cartoon on SNL where the whole premise was what does Diddy do?
Oh, really?
No,
yeah.
No, but that's hilarious. That's
look at there's a whole thing of no one really knew what he did. He's a producer or whatever, but now we know what he did.
He could have done ambiguously gay Diddy.
Oh, Jesus.
That's combining them.
Okay, I'm texting Smigel right now.
Yeah, Smigel, do it.
I'm
he
texting
should have
him
one
now.
on the first show.
Ambiguously. Okay.
Yo, can we
rappers.
Wait, before we even go any further, big shout out to Robert Smigel. He's the reason that he got the Stephen A. Smith skit. He came to me with that. And then that's the reason I started doing that on SNL. That was him. You know what I mean? So shout out to Robert Smigel, man.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is the best player in the league. But Mario Chalmers needs to be locked inside of a closet without any arms or able to touch any basketball whatsoever. Because he's just totally terrible. It just makes no sense. He was a dear friend of mine. That's what gets me. He was a dear friend of mine.
You know, they always rag on him, and then he goes like this. He goes quiet. I've been listening to what you've been saying. And
he's resting.
He rests his voice.
He
rests. And then he goes in attack mode.
And then bam!
Hysterical.
Rock
had him in his old movie.
The Rock had him in his old movie?
No, Chris Rock had him in I Think I Hate My Wife or something. He was the other couple he went to dinner with. And I'm like, that's interesting. You throw Stephen A. in there.
I would say this, whoever gets elected, Kamala or Trump.
Or Kamala.
Stephen A. Smith is the press secretary. Can you imagine that guy taking questions from the press? I now serve you up, Jay Farrell. Well, so, Mr. Smith, what is going on with this administration? I'm not.
What's going on with this? What do you mean? What's going on with this administration? I mean, listen, we're in the dawn of a new era. This is a totally new era. I couldn't believe that it happened. I'm totally berated, incredulous, insidious, and Leviticus that this is going down so flawlessly. Now we actually have a black woman in office. Now you know, everybody wanted Michelle. We wanted Michelle. We did, but she looked at her husband and said, the hair is not worth it. It's not worth going full Gandalf the Grey. So she just stayed away from everything. And she wasn't even into it. But the next time there's a president, it needs to be a president called Stephen A. Smith. Because I feel like if I get in there, it's going to be a lot of change. I'm talking about change. I'm talking about changing, rearranging, stranging, endangering, and Power Rangering. You know what I'm at. You know what I'm saying.
Bill McClellan from the Associated Press. Sorry.
How about this? And Molly, you wore that yesterday. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You wore something like it. So funny.
Oh, I'm
They get
mistaken.
no
That was
fights.
Molly. That was last night, Molly. You had something different. We went to dinner last night. Nobody knows about that. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'm playing.
There you go.
I'm
There
playing.
it is.
Playing. We're all just
Allegedly.
making up
We're
fake
playing.
scenarios.
P. Diddy to Stephen A. Smith to.
I wonder if P.
I don't
Diddy
know.
ever
I have
did.
a lot of favorites. I don't want to turn you into an impressionist.
No, we got to
jukebox.
give him a rest after this one. Then we'll come
Let's
back.
give him a rest.
And don't worry, Jay. This will be the last time you ever have to do these impressions for anyone. We will milk you, and then because it's too hard when I read these in your prep, and I'm like, God dang it, I don't want to. But we have to ask him. But also, Gilbert Gottfried's character in Aladdin. Is that what you said you did early on?
That was my first
Early on.
impression. That was my first impression. Was Gilbert Gottfried, Iago.
What was he?
Aladdin.
The with
He
a
was the parrot.
parrot or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used that to
And-
get. I used that to get attention back when I was 6. That's what I used.
6, and it works probably, right?
So 6 years old, you see Aladdin, and then you get a Gilbert Gottfried.
You go to the playground. Oh, it's a killer, dude. I remember Gilbert Gottfried doing like I don't really do him, but go to a party and they just have a block of cheese. And I'm hungry and everyone's around the cheese and there's crackers and it's a lot of it's eaten already. And I'm like, well, I thought he was so funny. I lived with him for a month.
My favorite, rest in peace. My favorite Gilbert Gottfried joke was, "If masturbation was a crime, I'd be on death row." I was like,
And what about him as an impressionist? Like he'd turn around and come back, and I don't know, he'd do Rodney Dangerfield there.
Oh, he did?
Or he'd do Bela Lugosi or
Bela
Vincent
Lugosi.
Price. He would just do these impressions, and they were kind of good, but they were just very Gilbert.
and then
know.
I like how he always rubs his face at the end of it. If
Yeah.
he doesn't know how it's going to go, he just rubs his face. He's like trying
That's
to
a
rub
good
off
one.
the
I
shame.
forgot about that.
Yeah, man. He was rest in
Another
peace.
SNL alum. Yep.
We
as
here.
well.
Oh, did you guys get you guys got your invites, right? You guys got the invite. You guys got them
2.
already. I got
I'm
3.
your +1, Jay. Oh, no, you did not.
I really did get 3. I was like, oh snap.
What?
Yeah. Oh, they sent it 3
What are
times.
we talking about?
50th.
50th.
50th. They sent it 3 times?
Yeah. 3
Mine
times.
didn't have a +1. It was really, I don't know what to say to my
They said, Dana, I want you to barely come. You're barely one. That's it.
You'll be in the spillover room, the 3rd one.
Oh,
There's
my
3
God.
spillovers.
Yeah.
You and Victoria Jackson and John Lovitz will be in the 3rd. On a,
Jesus Christ. I was going to say,
You know, we have everybody coming, even Robert Downey Jr. A lot of people don't even know he was on the show for a long time, but for 1 year, y'all. And I told him it would never work out. And look at him now. He's Iron Man. It's amazing. It always
It's
works.
amazing.
it's Iron Man, and then it's that thing of you get the Academy Award because it's goodwill, and he did Iron Man, and it's like a really good
He's
career.
forgiven.
Yeah. He's done a couple of things over the last years, that have impressed the public and general populace, but
He does a serious movie, then Iron Man.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
a serious movie, then another Iron Man.
Yeah, I looked at him and said, "Robert, are you just going to reprise your role of Tony Stark?" And he surprised me by winning an Oscar. I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did. My little
Full of
baby.
surprises.
My little baby.
And now he's doing Volcano Man. He's getting like 60 million to play the human volcano.
That's funny, Volcano Man. A guy just throws up on you. It's all hot, super hot.
Lava just your skin just comes off and it looks like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, that's
funny.
great.
Let's do that. Let's do that on SNL. Volcano Man.
Oh my God, I've
Absolutely.
got an app that says Volcano Man's about to blow. What about the spillover room at SNL? That's the scary part. Like if they go, I'm sorry, you're this way, Mr. Spade. And then you're like in a room and you see like some vague famous faces. You're like, wait a second, where is everybody? And they're like, because we talked to someone on this podcast and they were like, we never saw you. I never saw you at the 40th. And we're like, oh my God, were you in the spillover room? And they're like, I guess there was really
the
no one.
spillover room.
So
Don't invite
gross.
someone if they're not in the stands. Just say, but the spillover room is
Dude, the spillover room is going to be Madison Square Garden because there's so many cast members on the
So many.
50th.
Oh my
6
God.
years of my life, and I'm in the spillover room.
I just
Fucking
wonder.
rough.
I really wonder, does everybody get an invite back to it? Because I didn't see everybody at the 40th. So, I was there on the show at the time. So I'm just wondering. I mean, I don't know. I'm just,
You had a baked in invite because you were there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, baked in invite to watch. And they sat me and Michael Che all the way at the end on the side where the camera couldn't see us. That was
Couldn't
crazy.
get you farther away.
Couldn't get us farther away. But hey,
Wow.
we were in the building.
Yep.
You were in the building. That can
Not the
never take
spillover
that
room.
away.
1
Yeah.
inch from one person away from the spillover room.
And now look at Michael Che now running wicked up.
Michael, where are we sitting this time?
That's
where
right.
are we sitting?
They actually have a new area too. I just got a text.
Oh, what is
They
it?
call it. I know this is just cruel, but I think it's sort of pithy. It's called the loser tent, and
Oh,
it's
that's-
behind the spillover.
Oh
room.
my God.
Oh Lord.
The loser tent,
Dude, last year I had to read just to get into the spillover tent.
Well, I hope 6 seasons or 5 seasons plus don't have to go over there. I'm just hoping,
I mean, it'll help, but no promises.
We'll put you between Paul Rudd and Michael Che. It's it's the past meets the future meets Ant-Man.
I guess the host would usurp the cast, right? The famouser host get front row.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess.
Well, it was. Yeah, it's a wax museum. Last time when I looked out there, it was just.
Well, I think it's a concert too, so that's going to be more fun.
But who's gonna come? Who's gonna come? Who they gonna have? I wonder who they gonna have perform because they had Prince. They had Prince perform last time.
I would like Prince to go on before 4 a.m. I don't think he'll go on this time, but last time at the 40th, you probably stayed for that. I bounced at 2:30, and they're like, "Oh, you missed everything." I go, "Well, I mean, guys, it's 2:30. Let's make some moves here."
When did the greatest of all time, potentially just guitar player, forget everything else. I like a certifiable genius, just putting that in there because it makes me feel good.
Right.
You guys have obviously seen While My Guitar Gently Weeps, where Prince comes in. It's like 300 million views.
Yeah.
It's just one of the most masterful guitar. But what time?
When did he go on?
This is 10 years ago, folks. But when did Prince go on? Because I think I walked out at 4:10, and then did I miss it? Was it?
I walked out and high-fived. He's coming in. I go, "Give him hell, guy. I got to get out of here."
He came on at 4:30, and then after the end of his performance, he made us all breakfast. It was amazing.
Oh, he had a buffet. He goes, "Just yell him out, guys." Just cooking it up.
Just a crate. He just had I was so
omelet.
He gave
Get the dinner omelet. Sorry, I was him cooking breakfast. That's all I got.
Let's go, crepey.
You got to go. I want you to sing it.
Oh, you
go
do.
ahead.
I was going to say, you don't have to be a vegan.
That's what I was trying.
Eat my sausage.
Oh no, let's go.
Oh no. I don't know. That ain't one of my main ones. It's one of the ones, the microwavable ones that I do. So.
You can do a little snack pack version.
Little handy snack version of Prince.
It works.
Yeah.
Works.
Kiss is a great song that's also funny. Sometimes great songs are actually funny, but that falsetto rhythm and there's
a new dude. There's a new guy. He's from his name's Tommy Richmond, and he's from the 703. He's from Virginia, and he's got that song. Said baby, take the law. Said baby. You probably heard it on TikTok videos. You gotta make it $1 million, baby. Yeah, okay. I'm the millennial here. I feel alone, and I'm bailing out.
Yeah, Jay. Are you
are you saying he's influenced by Prince? Is that
I would say, yeah. There's definitely some similarity there, just with the vocals. They're really high pitched and really what is it called? Groovy. He's got a groovy, high pitched vocals. So I like it. I'm just saying they sound similar. It's clear that Prince has a lot of sons, and Tommy Richmond is one. You know.
I've told I
Yeah.
told you this, Dana, but I don't know if it was the
Mhm.
40th, but one time when I was just back in New York, it might have been that weekend, but I went out with Chris Rock and he takes me out and of course
he picks you up.
he does fun stuff because he's like, okay, we're gonna go here, and then we go there and it's super fun. Then he goes, okay, we're going home, and he goes, oh, he just gets like an alert, beep beep. You want to go see Prince right now? I said, oh, okay. So then we drive to some nowhere spot, and they let us through all this shit, and then it's a front section, and the front section is about 10 people with Michael Jordan in it. I think this is it. Yeah, and he's like, he's kind of grooving, and I'm like, I couldn't not watch Michael Jordan. Who am I going to look at, Prince or Michael Jordan? It's too cool. And so I try to dance, and they were all like, Chris, why is he here? Why did you bring him? And I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm one of the cool guys. Watch this shit. And then I sort of got into it. And then Chris is like, you should probably go. And I go, yeah, for sure.
He didn't let you stay for Black Hour? He didn't let you stay for that? That's crazy.
I kept saying, he's not doing any ones I know.
What happens in Black Hour? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't know because I'm not up that late. I've never been up that late with Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm just saying that Black Hour, what it's been rumored to have is a lot of blackness. I'll tell you that.
Well,
it's just
Chris
a lot of
in.
blackness.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Chris is
fun.
on it. I will give it.
Cool.
Listen, I love the fact that Chris always does incorporate, and Sandler's the same way, but y'all always incorporate. You too, Dana. You do it too. Y'all incorporate y'all's friends, man, into movies, and I felt like even Chris paid it forward to my generation because he put me in top 5. He didn't have to do that. I got
good.
that.
Right. That was,
You know what I
that was
mean?
a great movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had about 2 minutes on the screen there. That was cool. But it was fun, man. That was a great experience. And Chris Rock is a man of his word. That's why he is gold.
He's pretty sane for showbiz. Like, I think one of the things about Chris is got a good head on his shoulders, not a druggie, not a big drinker. He's just always thinking, always grinding, trying to get something going. So puts it in, man. When he does the road. I mean, it's clubs for a while, then he does the tour, and then he ends with the special, but it's not that fun. It's fucking hard, and he still grinds it out.
Maybe
makes it
Jay
work.
would find this funny. Like with this podcast, we were at the Comedy Store, David and I, as guests, and we're going to watch Chris's special live.
I saw it.
Oh, yeah. And
saw
then
you
we're
guys.
going to have a discussion. And I've never felt wider in my life. Spade's next to me. I'm hanging out with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar all night, quizzing him about just so much fun, saying, did you have a peer in the NBA? A peer? He goes, well, no, once Will left, no, I didn't really. It's just that kind of fun. But
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw it, I said, okay. I was like, he got his white friends. That's cool.
I don't know, but it was his idea. I think, Jay, I don't think I would have done that if it wasn't right from him. And he said it once about 2 months before, and I said, I don't know if we would be good at that. I said, I don't know. I said, listen, I'd do anything for you if you want me to do it, but he wanted to make it more of a big event, and then Netflix, they were all like brainstorming what ways to do a live show and keep it fun, more of a thing. And we did. It wasn't bad. It was just, he's the shit, we're just watching him. What's there to say, really? And then afterwards, we were supposed to summarize it.
Y'all did great. I mean, I know Chappelle was at home like, why the fuck they didn't call me, son? I was waiting for the call. It never happened. I don't know why. I was available, nigga. I was there, nigga. I could have been there, son. Could have been there. But they didn't pick me. It's all good. I'll be working on my 17th Netflix special next year. It's called Did he do it? Oh, come on. I'm just joking.
Nice. You don't hear
think that Chappelle just called in.
You're able to make yourself a smoker, basically. You got that. I don't know if you are, but you got that.
Thank you, Bill Maher. Thank you so much, Bill. It's all.
Oh, the smoke really helped you on that. The ganja.
Yeah.
By the way, when I did Bill Maher, I'm like, I cannot start with your weed. I haven't smoked in a long time, and I'm not jumping ahead to this vortex. So I just drank Tito's, but it's a good scam because it gets you off guard a little bit, because when I'm baked, forget it. And if I'm at least drunk, I sound kind of stupid and I go on and on, but it's within the realm of some thought, but forget it. If it's strong weed,
there's a bit of lucidness with some tequila. With weed, you just stuck. You're just trying to put together sentences and you can't. I was struggling. I'm just letting you know. The struggle was real for me on that goddamn show. Just let you know.
The second you catch yourself going, oh wait, I'm fucking wasted, and you go, I gotta pull out of this and try to be normal. It's so hard. It's scary, actually.
Yeah, and then everybody's watching you too. But whatever. You're a human being, man. Weed shops now, like, they look like Apple stores. They just look like Apple stores now. It's so weird. It's so weird now how the world has changed. Thanks, Gen Z. It's so weird how the world has changed, bro.
Well, we used to have Maui Zowie. This is in the late 70s.
Maui Wowie.
And you take a hit or pass it around. Now I see Bill on the Zoom and other people, modern pot smoking is a giant, like a cigar size joint, and really smoking it by yourself, like multiple hits. Yeah. Okay. And then more hits. I mean, the fact that you got through it, but can I do my one marijuana bit for you?
Yeah,
sure.
What? Spade's heard this one since we're on the topic. Why do people after they take a hit continue to talk? So anyway, like my dad, he never really came to any of my games,
That's kind of a simple one, but it's fucking funny, actually.
It's so simple,
I can't believe no one's that's so good.
So
you can have it. Yeah. So,
thanks, Dana.
We should start an ayahuasca podcast. Just throw up and then interview people. Everyone knows ayahuasca.
Wait,
start one.
Please, and have what is it? Westbrook. Have Will Smith's company. Have Will Smith's company. I don't know, or have Will Smith in the building too. I don't know.
Does he do it?
Yeah, he's big on ayahuasca, bro. Have you all done it? No. I've heard about it. I've never tried it before, but I've heard that it opens up portals in butts. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Ron White, I think, was the one who went on and really got into detail.
Really?
You either got the shits or you throw up, Yeah. I got the shit.
When I went to Puffy's, they offered me that. They said, it'll really open up your portals. And I go, sir, I don't know if that's what I want right now.
Sir, like a submarine captain?
Yeah, because Puffy
goes, open up your portals, private.
Here's some baby oil, and the portals will be open soon.
There we go.
We're back. We're back
to Puffy.
Back to
P. It's our running bit. Yeah.
Permission to open your portals, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, ayahuasca is not on my list, but people really like it. But I feel like people are always trying to figure out life and the meaning of life. And I think just one more thing, like maybe this will make things make sense for me. So I get that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fix me, fix how I look at the world, or wake me up, or I don't know, but it's always a strugg. This is a heavy podcast.
This is going to turn very heavy.
F that. We can switch it. We could talk about the fact that you got people who are marrying themselves and getting divorces. That's wild.
Yeah, that's true.
How the hell you can't deal with yourself? How the hell you expect me to deal with you if you can't deal with your goddamn stuff? That don't make no damn sense to me, Tiffany Haddish. I just don't understand.
I knew I heard that voice. She was on the podcast a couple weeks ago. I knew. Yeah.
Did she marry herself?
He snuck up. She married herself, right?
She married herself. Yeah, she married herself and decided that it was over. I'm like,
it's too much.
Jesus,
I couldn't marry
Lord.
me.
I don't know. Hey, in the words of NLE Chopper, which I'm pretty sure you guys don't know who the hell it is. If I was a bad chick, I would want to off me too. That's literally a song. If I was a bad bitch, I would want to off me too. I would want to suck me too. Nothing freaky that I wouldn't do. Yes, these are the kids now. I'm a kid, but I'm calling them kids. I'm a big kid. They're little kids.
Right.
And they're just so salacious and nasty. I didn't know what a gooch was. I didn't know what a gooch was. I know what it is now. It's the gooch is your taint. Your taint, that's your gooch.
Taint's finally getting some attention. Jesus, it's taking this long.
And it's been
they're going everywhere.
And as soon as the rights were realized by America, they switched the name to Gooch. So now it's a gooch. Is
that right, Ed? A gooch.
I did not know that. You know what they're calling the taint now, Ed? It's called a gooch. Is that weird? Hey, oh, gooch.
Tickle my gooch, Johnny, right during the commercial, yes.
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. We can talk about this now. Nah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I've ever had. I know some bad women that would probably love to like lick up on my gooch.
Eddie Murphy, I got you. Well, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
How was Beverly Hills Cop 4? Did you see it yet or no?
No, I saw it. I thought it was. You asked me as Eddie Murphy or Eddie? Hey,
no,
man,
just how was it as you?
Okay. Nah, I thought it was. I thought it was good. It was fun, man. It was nostalgic, but it still had a new flair to it. You know, it was dope seeing his daughter in it. Also, her husband was in it. And my boy Afion Crockett got a little bit of shine in that movie. But I think it was. I think they did a good job, man. I feel like it was good. Now,
I never heard anything bad about it. I mean, I've heard it was funny, and to do a fourth one is tough. It's a big job, but
man,
it works.
You know, it's got a great theme song. Once you hear that, you're triggered in a good way. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And then you see Eddie Murphy walking down. You know, you're just in. It's like comedies. I mean, everyone on the podcast mentions David's Joe Dirt movie. Just 90s comedies that are fun.
Can I tell you something? David? That is one of my favorite movies when
there you go.
It was when the porta potty gets knocked over. Oh my gosh. It's just, I don't know. There was so many
Let's not give the whole movie away.
That was the best scene. No reason to see it now.
Spoiler.
No reason to see the film.
It's so, dude, you in a freaking mullet and the innocence that character had. You were just rooting for him the whole time, man.
I have to say. Partially the reason it worked, I thought, Dana, was I was always playing so sarcastic in every movie and every show. And out of the blue, no one expects to be a nice, genuine guy that actually is bullied and pushed around and trying to make his way through life. And then people are like, I think more people got hit like out of the blue going, oh, I kind of relate to this guy getting shit on the whole time and then trying to still get through. And so, not to sound heavy, but there's a tinge of that. Other than it's just a goofy movie. Yeah. But thank you, bud. I like to hear that.
Yeah, brother. You know, y'all are both legends, man. I grew up watching y'all, which is crazy to be up here right now conversing as we look like we're about to go on a R&B tour with these black shirts. I don't know who would be who's Michael Jackson. Who would be Michael Jackson if we all did an R&B tour? I don't know. It would be
you.
I think it's you. Yeah.
I think it's me. Think I'm the Michael Jackson.
Well, you could move. You could move, right? I mean, you could move like Michael a little bit.
I mean, I could do a moonwalk. It's more like a moon slide. It ain't really a walk. It's more like a slide or the moon. I can't.
Shuffle.
No, F that. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. The weed is still hitting me. I think you can
sing.
Yeah.
I think you could sing more than I could. Maybe Dana can sing too.
But you all are closer in skin tone.
Yeah, that's true. I'm probably the whitest of all three of us, so I might win this one. I could win the latest Michael Jackson.
Bill Maher just texted me and he said the weed I gave Jay was called 5 Day.
Are you serious?
No, I just made that up, but
that sounds good.
I believed it. Dana. Really? You could be a politician.
Really?
You could be a politician, old boy.
Oh, please, people.
Jay, I've got some bad news. I wasn't going to tell you to the end of the podcast.
Okay, lay it on us.
My shirt's green.
Oh, snap. Wow, I'm colorblind. That's crazy.
I didn't want to be a fucking comedy killer, so I just played it out, but I think we got all the juice out of it. Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, it does. It looks black. It looks black.
I know. Listen, I go, Dana usually wears a black shirt. So it's on me to really mix it up and really pop and really try new things. But I go, here's a green shirt. Then I got on this morning. I go, I think it's black. Is this black or green? Then I go,
it's dark green.
And then who knew you'd wear a black t-shirt? Then everything, they really flipped over the apple cart. I'll tell you that.
Michael Che
we weren't ready
was
for that.
on this podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he goes,
oh yeah, you're
I don't know. He saw my black t-shirt, and he goes, yeah, white stand up in a black t-shirt. And it's like just a thing, you know. It's like George Carlin or something.
He said that's a thing.
He says it's a thing, you know. I mean, I never
heard of that. That's
I'm gonna
funny.
wear blue on the next podcast.
I think Shane Gillis always says black. I think Theo wears a black t-shirt. So maybe there is something to this.
I do.
Yeah. But we definitely should go
it's
out.
It's more
and
lazy than anything.
Theater. Let's go to Largo and call ourselves the Coconuts and just do take suggestions from the audience. Hi, hello, we're the Coconuts, and just take, cop at a McDonald's or whatever, and then we riff.
We go, we're going to riff off this. We're going to hand out this list of pre-written suggestions. Just read something off that.
And they call it stock prov. I used to open for improv groups. And then the next night they go movie style. And the audience, someone would yell, Woody Allen. Then they'd all go, yeah, you. It was like that. That's not improv. That's
I like stock prov. I could do that.
You never heard of that? Stock prov?
No, I love
stock
it.
Prov.
Stock prov. So we should talk about your 6 years on SNL. Are you? What's the first word that pops in your head? I'll be.
Yeah. What do you think?
Barbara Walt. I'll be Oprah. People. First word.
The first word that pops in my head when I think about my 6 seasons of SNL.
Mm-hmm.
First couple words.
Let's see here.
Right.
Life. Life changing, man. I used to work at Burlington Coat Factory. So shoot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I love it.
It was either do sketches or do layaways. I think I made the right decision.
I like layaways. I like that people are always shocked that someone famous did something before. You're like, well, no shit. I'm just trying to do anything to get in. They're like, you stayed in a Marriott? Someone asked me once, I go, I would die to stay in a Marriott my whole. I mean, what are you talking about? Like,
they think we live here and we went to some kind of kiosk by the beach. Excuse me, could I get a ticket for 6 years on Saturday Night Live, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
It was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind, and listen, every job has its ups, every job has its downs, but the ups are ups, and that's what you really got to focus on, man. And luckily, I'm still out here, and I'm getting invitations. I'm getting invitations to the 50th. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's a miracle. There's so many people that I won't be shocked if anyone doesn't get one because just too many. So we're doing good. We all got that email. I framed my email. Yeah. I framed actually the whole computer.
I laminated my computer. That's what I did. I just laminated
that's a good idea. And just wear that.
Just on my neck, just real.
Bling it. Yeah. so maybe just an iPad size. Check this shit out, guys. You get that shit? Yeah, I agree with you that when you go into SNL, there's definitely people, I bet you every day someone knows you've messing out.
Yep. That is not.
Absolutely.
Man, even if not on the street, I'll see a email or I'll see a direct message or whatever it is. And I mean, that place is an institution, man. And I was 22 when I got that show, so that was crazy. It was a little baby.
How long you been off? 10 years?
I have been. No. It's been 8 actually. It's been 8 years. Whoa, wait a minute now.
Wait, hold on.
No, 8 years. 8 years. I've been off for 8 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Every year, there's a new ex-SNL cast member that is out back into. Kate McGinnon used to be on SNL. At some point, you join us. As Tracy Morgan just calls me a lum when I run into him.
He calls you a lump. He calls a lump.
I like a lump better.
Hey, because Joe Dana Carvey's nothing but a lump. That's all he is. He's just a lump. Lumpy Carvey. I call him Lumpy Carvey.
Say it. Is this way the first thing he ever said to me? It doesn't get any easier, Mr. D, in a very low key fashion when I met him. Doesn't get any. does not get any easier, Mr. D. I think he had a fight with his wife at the time. Or
So you mean getting off of SNL and going into real show business out in the real world?
That's when he was just on the show. He was kind of, just sort of
musing.
I just remembered that.
I think he's talking about the workload and everything. And Tracy gives advice. He gave me advice. He said, you need to give them all, you need to buy them all White Castle burgers. That's what I used to do. I used to give them Dookie burgers all the time.
Who's he talking about? The cast or crew?
The writers, right?
Anybody.
Y'all think aliens exist?
I like him moving his head.
How you know? You never seen one. What about dinosaurs? You ain't seen dinosaurs either.
He leans back.
I told my grandmother about dinosaurs. She said, shut up, boy. You ain't never seen one.
I like when I do a joke, I go like this. He goes back.
That's great.
That's better.
You ain't
Leans
never
back.
seen one.
Yeah,
That's
man.
true. I haven't seen a dinosaur. I've seen a
We're
lizard.
seeing a lot of act outs from Jay.
I like it. I know it's a ripoff. This is not video, Jay. And
He's moving in and out of the frame, taking on these characters.
High quality bits.
Yo,
high quality riffing.
Are you kidding me? I thought that this was. I've been putting out all this extra energy, and this is only audio. Oh
no,
man!
But you know what? Maybe we tape it. We give you a clip. You know what? This guy's a good guy. Give him a clip.
I think so. Please.
Well, fuck. I was even thinking before it started. I go, God, maybe we can clip him, even though I look like fuck pie. But we should clip him because everything he says.
We can wait a month, and if you feel like it, you can zoom in on our other podcast.
Oh yeah,
Superfly, where we just do whatever we want.
Recreate. We
do what we're doing now, and then it's on video.
God, look at this.
We'd love to have you.
Sure.
I saw you do Trump. Give me a little Trump.
Man.
Do you do Trump? Oh my God.
Yeah. They're eating your cats and your dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets. They're literally turning your puppies into hush puppies. That's what they're doing. You know what? You want to know something I noticed? Him and Lorne both do this. They both suck the air through the teeth. You ever seen Lorne look at his when he's looking at his phone and you're in the elevator with him? He's looking down. He's like, yeah. He does that. Like Trump does the same thing. It's like they got. It's like they ate some hot food.
Yeah,
like
they hot food and sucking it through a straw. Yeah,
they're trying to cool it off. And Trump's, yes, I was at a barbecue. I got invited to the barbecue with many African Americans. They absolutely love me. They do. Tell you what I brought to this barbecue. Actually, I brought the potato salad. And guess what? There were no raisins whatsoever in the potato salad.
Whatsoever. I like that little part. That's good. He's kind of thinking maybe during that. He's kind of getting ready for his next thought, what he's going to say. He loves to riff.
He doesn't want to stop talking, so he forces himself to do that, fit in that breath, because that's when he can't talk for like a second.
By the way, no one's giving him the light at those rallies because
nobody's giving him the light.
He's literally like, "What else is going on?" I'm like, "This is like when I follow guys and they ran the light by 10 minutes and they're like, what's going on in the front row?" I'm like, "No, nothing. Get off. You're done."
Anytime you start giving shout outs, you've run out of material. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Give it up for the ladies.
We're getting rid.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting rid of the communists and the fascists and the Marxists. We're getting rid of the dog catchers and the acrobats, the librarians. They all got to go. We're going to get rid of them. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's dope. The librarians, the library, the books are filled with knowledge that doesn't make sense. It absolutely doesn't make sense.
Have you tried Biden?
Yeah. You know, it's holy hell. Hey, my keys were right here. They were right here in front of me. And now I can't find them. Where are the keys? Kamala, have you seen my keys? Okay. They've got to be somewhere. I timed out for 10 seconds, but I'm back. He's freezing.
I like when he freezes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That was good. You froze.
Yeah, he's buffering. That's what's happening, man. We need to check. We need to see what percentage he's on. He's buffering. At 76%, he's still loading up. We need to check. He needs a fast charger. Stick a fast charger in his ass. Just use Diddy's baby oil. It'll work. Trust me. We'll see.
Oh my God, Diddy's baby oil made another appearance.
We got a theme, man. We got a theme for this podcast.
Fall back.
He does. I like when Joe just stares off, and it's like you're watching a Zoom, and he froze. You're like, "Is it me?" It looks like he's not moving.
Yeah.
What's going? And then he goes, "Yeah." And you go, "Oh, you're out of it." Yeah. You go, "You froze like that." Okay.
It looks
guess
like
what? Guess what? And by the way, the fact of the matter is, let's get real. I'm not kidding around. Come on, I can do it better than you can. I'm doing everything. It's a big guy. Guess I wrote the bill. You know, the whisper, and then he screams.
Yeah.
That's a good look.
He definitely whispers and screams, but when this face that he's given, he's thinking about. It's like he's thinking about all the racist things that have happened over the last 400 years. That's what he's doing, and he's trying to be cool with it. I can't believe that happened. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. But by the way, if you don't vote for Joe, you ain't black. That was racist. Damn it, Joe. You got to watch your tongue. But it's cool.
Yeah.
You're on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne. How you doing, Charlemagne? I love Charlemagne.
I like charlatan.
Charlatan to God. Charlatan to God. Vote for me. All right.
Bring that fucking corn pop in here.
That's what we got to do.
He feels bad for beating Corn Pop's ass.
Say what?
He feels bad because he beat up Corn Pop when he was a kid. Remember, he goes, Corn Pop came to me in school. I fucking knocked his ass out.
Trying to knock me over with a
He
chain.
talked about a guy he used to beat up, and it's like, no one can find him, sir. This story sounds a little fictitious.
Took him out behind a woodshed, beat the hell out of him. Can I do my one Obama bit for Jay?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, this is Obama touring around and using nursery rhymes to educate fourth graders. All right, let's start. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jill looked at Jack, and Jack looked at Jill. And Jill looked at Jack. And Jill said, I'd like to be a Jack too. So Jack and Jack came down the hill. It's a teachable moment.
It's a teachable moment, is that what you said?
Yeah, nursery rhymes. You can run with it. Nursery rhymes.
And the thought, how progressive that joke was. I love the contemporary sense of the joke. I would Jill and Jill. You said Jack and Jack came down because Jill changed. Yeah. That's brilliant, man. That was brilliant. See, Obama just told me that I was just being too uptight on the show and I needed to relax. I said, well, ain't got nothing to do with me. If it was my choice, I had this character called Shock Obama way before. That was the first idea I had brought to SNL, was Shock Obama. And oh yeah. Everybody's stressing me the hell out because it's really just Obama's subconscious. It is literally everything I want to say. Don't think it's not going to get thick up in here if you keep talking to me like that. Because what I will do, these paws are deadly. That's right. 1, 2, baby. And if one goes out, the other one's going to knock your punk ass out. And that's what's going to happen. Because I'm tired of you talking trash. I'm sick of hearing it. And I've been reserved for too long. Now I'm busted out. Break out. And if I break out, I'm going to kick your ass. And there's nothing else you can do about it. Because I'm from Chicago, baby. And I know how to box. And if not, I know Mike Tyson. He'll come out and knock your ass out too. Because I can pay people to get the job done. It was just
that would have been. That could, we did Reagan Mastermind in the 80s with Phil Hartman, where he was a doddering old man, and then the guests would leave, and then he was brilliant. So that would have been great that Obama's very contained and, polite and gentle. We'll see you all later. And then behind the scenes, it's like,
That's great. You got to do one more. I know we got you a little longer, but I have to request one.
Fast. With Jay Pharoah, a podcast goes by fast.
Because he's fucking funny. Denzel Washington. I don't know any way you want to try.
Okay, can I first of all say that there's certain impressions people do, and your Denzel is in the magic category. Like it's not an easy one, and well, anyway, just do it. But it's in the magic. I mean, Frank Caliendo doing he's
Madden,
got one.
or
Madden, or he
Morgan
really
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, he wound down on that. There's certain ones, Kevin Pollak doing William Shatner. But you're Denzel, and you have so many impressions. But anyway, here we are with the great, one of the greatest actors of all time, Mr. Denzel Washington. How are you, sir?
The face is good too already.
Well, I feel amazing this morning because life is good. I woke up. I don't have any video footage. I have to take that mansion. I got to bring that back. Why do I have to bring it back? Because we keep on talking about it. You know why? Because it's fresh material, right? Huh? I feel good. But I tell you this, if I don't win an Oscar for doing Gladiator 2, I'm walking out with something. I'm leaving with something. That's right. And it might be somebody's mom or wife. That's right. Huh? Okay. Pauletta gave me a hall pass. Okay. And if I get that hall pass, I'm going to smack your mama's ass. That's right. Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. My G. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. Right. I met Denzel. When he saw me, he was just like, oh, yeah, you owe me a lot of money, Negro. You know that, right? You owe me a lot of money. Oh, that's right. I'm keeping you hot. And you're a lot taller than I thought you were, too. You're tall, Pharoah, and you got an arm on you, right? Yeah, you've been working out.
What a stud.
Yeah.
God, I love Denzel. You got to see him? How cool. I never see that guy.
It was at the AFI Lifetime Achievement Award. He was there, he was being honored. And that was great. And I asked him if I could take a picture with him. I was like, yo, can I take a picture with you? And I kept the first time I asked, he turned around because Chris Tucker, this is a real story, I'm not making this up. Chris Tucker said, hey, man, come here, Denzel. Come here, man. Take a picture of my son, man. Come on. I'm looking like, God dang, I was like, come on, Chris. I went up to him after. I said, man, I was trying to take. He said, man, go over there and talk to him, man. He'll take a picture with you, man. He cool, lady. He real cool, man. He blood type peanut butter, man. He real smooth, man. He's smooth. So I walked up to him and I said, Denzel, can I take a picture with you? He was like, yeah, you can take a picture if you can bend down. I'll take a picture with you because he was sitting. And I said, for you, Denzel, I said, hey, I'm not going to bend over for nobody, but I will bend down for you, Denzel. So you see me in the picture squatted down like
Crouched
this.
Down.
And Denzel's just got the face. And he ain't even smiling. He looked like he was just like, I wish they could see this.
I know. That's a good one.
He just had the lips. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I know that look. Yeah.
He's great.
Denzel's one of those ones, man. Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't chase it. He's kind of mysterious still. He's an actual real movie star in this.
I love he's in Gladiator. That really ups Gladiator.
You have to see the movie anyway because the first one was brilliant. And of course, with Denzel, he's going to be amazing because he doesn't know how to do anything else.
Does he ever host or he never hosted? Right?
Nah, he's never hosted. Will Smith has never hosted.
Weird. Will hasn't.
Yeah, maybe
straight comedy guy.
Maybe
he must have been invited at some point.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Sure. Because he's Will Smith.
Well, Will has always got the invite. He can
always come in. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he comes at his own. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's just a free spirit. Whenever he wants to show up, we'll have a hot seat waiting for him. With a hot hour and 30 of material. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, we're ready.
15 sketches made to order.
You'll find that we're nice to our hosts. We take care of you. I haven't finished talking, so just wait a moment. Would you like some popcorn?
How long did you wait to meet Lorne, Jay? Do you remember?
How long did it take me?
When you're outside the office and they go, Lorne wants to see you right now. That means 2 hours.
It was about, exactly. Yeah, it was a while. It had to be at least, it was 2 to 3 hours for me. I remember that. I didn't care. I was sweating under my pits and all types of stuff. I didn't care, man. This is freaking Lorne Michaels. I walk in and I meet him and we're talking. And I'm trying not to come off like Donald Glover because I heard about the stories with him. And then 3 weeks later, I got the job, man. First time. That's crazy.
22. Eddie was 19. Was anyone
Shit.
else younger than 22 to get
Pete
SNL?
Davidson was 20, and I think Robert Downey Jr. might have been 20 years old as well. You know what I mean?
Louise.
Yeah.
I was 47 when I got the phone.
Yeah, you're 100. I'm 100 right now, so
I'm 94, but I have Eastwood's dermatologist, so
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Well, Jay, thank you, brother, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you sitting with us. You're
Come on.
always
Love
funny.
you. You're always out there. You're doing dates and stand up.
What's
stuff like that.
Yes,
you
sir.
do dates, and then what's the show you're on right now? I see the promotions for.
I got a quiz. Well, my game show. I'm right on. I'm on Fox with you, David. I'm on Fox with you, man.
Oh yeah, what is it called? Balls Out or something?
Yeah, I wish it was. It's called the Quiz with Balls. That's what it's called.
The quiz with balls.
It just.
I knew when.
It shocks me when I'm in restaurants and people come up to me. They're like, "Release the balls," and I'm just like, "Oh snap! Oh, that's right." I do.
People
say
get
that.
the shit knocked out of them. That's the fun part.
It's so much fun, and it's such a good melding of genres. You got two shows together. You got Family Feud crossed with Wipeout. I mean, you learn stuff and you have fun. And I had been talking to Fox for years trying to figure out something, but when that idea came, I said this makes sense because I look at Steve Harvey and all his shows that he got, and I've been saying to myself like, Hey boy, you got to get yourself some of this game show money, boy. You don't even understand. Because there's a lot of people out here that can't host, but you got to be the person that's going to host it like it's supposed to be hosted, boy, because that's what you do, boy. If you get up here in this Ellen circle, boy, you're going to be rich for the rest of your life, boy. That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey made an appearance.
story.
That's cool.
I like watching
story.
people fall on the show.
Yeah.
No,
you
that's just the
that's the
mashup
wait
sounds brilliant. Family
And I
Feud
gotta-
meets
Family Feud meets Wipeout. And I also got my special that just dropped that's getting received ubiquitously
great.
well, man. Yo, I'm so happy that people are taking to it. I put it on my YouTube. It's up on YouTube.
Okay.
You can check it out. It's called Jared, which is my actual name. I really will encourage people to comment. You know what I mean? I'll comment back. I'll engage with you, man, because I really just gave it to the fans because I haven't put one out in like 9 years. I haven't shot one in 10 years. So, and I got another one after this that's coming out. There's virtual reality that's already shot. And I'm already I'm almost ready for the next one to shoot as far as another special of mine. So I'm just moving, bro. I feel like I had to get on the road, because when you're on SNL, all the time, you don't get the reps in like you're supposed, like you can with stand-up comedy because you got to be on the show. So, I had time. You feel me? I had time, and what came out, it was a beautiful result, bro. So I just, people just watch it, man. Just give it a look because it's really a special. That's what Chris Rock told me.
YouTube is a great place to put a special because that's where everything ends up. Anyway, I'm on YouTube.
In everybody's
constantly.
house.
Yeah,
absolutely. What Chris Rock say to me? Chris Rock said to me, "You got to make a special, man. You make a special, right? You got to make a special, okay? Because if you don't, I didn't do anything good till I was 30, man. Motherfuckers are making normals. You got to make a special. You know what I mean? So I think it is. I think it's special, man. So
good job.
Jared on YouTube. JARROD or
JARED. No, that's Gerard. That's Gerard right there.
JARED on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
All right, you got it all cooking, man. Really nice hanging out with you.
Yes,
we'll see you around campus.
Yeah,
we'll see you around campus.
I'm here.
I'll meet you in the spillover room.
We'll sit together and just shit on the whole
all
show.
three in the fucking spillover room? Oh, it's gonna be fucking horrible.
That'd be great. We'll have each other. We'll do bits back and forth until Prince's hologram is on the stage because he's no longer available. We'll do
His
that.
hologram's in the spillover room. All right, bye, bud.
Okay, take care, Jay. Appreciate it, man.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.